What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 16 of the Dark Tribunal podcast. How are you guys doing today? Fuck the chat. How are you doing today, Trihex?
Damn, yeah, dude. What happened to is it the DT? I don't know, TC podcast now? Or really DTCT actually?
What is DTCT? Hit us up with your good joke. What do you got?
Destiny Twitch chat trihex. Though it's funny because I could have said Destiny trihex Twitch chat, so it doesn't even matter like what Well, no, that would have been DTTC or whatever. But
yeah, that's your opening joke for today. That's what we're gonna lead off with.
Yeah, acronym jokes. But I'm just really good.
All right, how have you been doing this week? What's up? What have you done besides watch Us, which I know you did?
Yeah, I did see Us. Well, I mean, baby, I had to, man. I've been, for lack of a better phrase here, I have been foaming at the cock, waiting for Jordan Peele's next film to come out. Like since Get Out, I've been hungry, I've been waiting, I've been thirsty, I've been excited, and so yeah, I saw Us as soon as I could actually. So okay. I'm equipped to bait this one down really, really hard.
Okay.
Or debate this with you, because they've been wanting to. It's been 16 episodes now. We have not actually had like a legit disagreement on anything yet, so I'm ready. Ready.
Okay.
I'm hoping you have an opposing opinion. Actually, we'll see.
Do you do anything fun this week, or besides that?
Oh, actually, I did. I went to, dude. I fucking went to Twitch headquarters in San Francisco. Actually.
Okay.
I'm now a Twitch ambassador.
Wow.
If you didn't catch the news here,
kind of always been, right? Just haven't been recognized as it.
Yeah, look at you. You actually, damn, last week you didn't even know what games I played and what I did. This week you know all about the trihex lore now.
Well, aren't you like the leader of racism on Twitch because of Tryhard or whatever? Isn't that your ambassador position? That's what I read on Kodak or whatever. What'd you do at Twitch headquarters?
I got so debated. You're such a piece of shit, dude.
What do you got? What do you got? Listen, my throat is sore. I'm very grumpy today, so you're dealing with grumpstiny right now. Okay?
Dude, no, listen.
You better watch yourself. What?
You're contagious. You have like a fucking Ebola or some shit, because I have sore throat too. Actually, I fucking got it from the Twitch headquarters thing. I wasn't packing emergency left and right, and I came back. I thought I was good, and then I woke up the morning after I got back, sore throat.
All right. Well, this will be the two grandpa debate then, I guess. Depending on what we talk about.
Yeah,
today.
I've been on fucking Mucinex since like I got back. It's been fucking terrible. My sleep has been absolutely horseshit, dude. Like, I wake up and I feel like I've had two cockroaches fucking in the back of my throat for the last like 2.5 days. It sucks.
Okay. Have you done? What'd you do at Twitch?
Oh, so yeah. So I'm a Twitch ambassador now, and you are correct. I've already, because of some minor context here, because I went to Twitch headquarters in April 2016 to help give and critique and give feedback on the Bits idea back when it was just only an idea. Bits is now a lot better now. In the beginning, everyone was like, what is Bits? Is Bits just like Twitch's way of trying to like get into the streamer donation market share by having them get a cut of donations rather than, X service or Y thing? And through the feedback that me and my other streamer friends, we all collaborated on at the workshop at the headquarters, we were able to like give Twitch essentially like 50 ideas that were worth expanding the concept of Bits on. It can do more than just be a donation substitute. It can be way more than that. And
why didn't they implement any of them? I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you.
You're such a shitter, dude. Oh my god. Well, you're not okay. Now, to be fair, you're not wrong, because you're right. I told them, like, listen, okay, if I can tell you one little thing here.
Yeah.
I told them on day one, yo, you need to give power to the poverty. You need to let every feature on Twitch now is paywall behind money.
Amen,
what
brother.
About these kids who are like, you know what I mean? Yeah. What about these kids who are 13 years old?
Fuck
who,
them.
Who can't.
13-year-old kids should have some of the most disposable income in the USA. You got to ask your fucking mom and dad for money to donate to your goddamn streamers. Listen, man, we do a public service. We're keeping your kids off the street. We're keeping your kids from eating drugs. We're keeping your kids from eating pussy. We're keeping your kids from doing all sorts of horrible fucking shit, all right? You owe us some goddamn money. You don't want to send your kid to after-school baseball because he's busy at home watching fucking streams? Whatever money you would spend on cleats, on surgery, because their dumbass fuck's probably going to break their shins or some shit plan. This is a good investment, man.
I think y'all a bunch of fucking hypocrites and some fucking lazy motherfuckers, huh? Hey, this stream ain't no real job. Y'all playing video games for a living? I saw this shit on Fox News about y'all make a living playing video games, playing Fortnite. What the fuck?
Listen, man, I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm getting hardcore Jesse Lee Peterson PTSD flashbacks. Okay, watch out.
Well, that was more of an impersonation of a Fox, the average any given like Fox News anchor. But sure, if it's JLP,
I think he could make it on Fox News. He seems to fit that kind of crowd.
Man, I don't know, dude. That's a whole nother. Dude, I don't know, man. I finally watched the JLP versus Hassan debate, and I was just like, this man is like always, So the idea, the go-to comparison is that Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks, that is Jesse Lee Peterson, but like he is actually, I think, a step further than Uncle Ruckus. Dude.
Yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson is like, if you were to write him, people would be like, it's too much. Like you went too far. It's not funny anymore. It's not satire anymore.
Yeah,
like it's just
depressing. He is. Like he is okay. There is Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm sorry. There is Uncle Ruckus, and then there's Clayton Bigsby.
I don't know who that is, but
Clayton Bigsby is the black white supremacist skit from Chappelle.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I know. I didn't remember the name, but okay.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I didn't mean to make it like a trivia flex or whatever. But like yeah, like he is verbatim Clayton Bigsby. I forgot there was something he said during Hassan's debate where I was like, this dude he literally downed himself. He said, yeah, I'm a bad father because I'm black. And it's like, or something like that. He literally, whenever Hassan had him pinned to like, you're being hypocritical right now because of X point, he literally said, you're right, I'm being hypocritical. That's because I'm a black guy. And I have a small, low IQ or whatever because I'm black. I'm just like, damn, dude, really? Really? Just to, like, you will literally lose the argument and down yourself in your own self-worth openly just to reinforce your core value that the great white hope is what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That blew my mind. Well, anyways, beta, amazing aside here.
Do you remember on the, this is like very tangentially related. Did you ever watch the Boondocks?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Do you remember the country singer episode?
I remember season 1 and 2 the most.
This was a season 3 episode. Basically, Uncle Ruckus, there was a country music singer that he looked up to a lot, and I think he like made recordings and he sent in tapes in order to like record a duet with him. Obviously, it was all like very like anti-black, like very racist shit. Fuck! It was a really funny episode. If you haven't seen season 3, you should. It's the last one before MacGruber leaves. Season 4 is literally.
That's what I heard too, because I heard season 4. Was there a season 4?
Yes. Well.
Yeah, I heard season 4.
There was a season 4. Actually. Like there was a second and third Matrix movie. Okay.
Whew. Yeah, we don't talk about that, do we?
Yeah. Basically, like there's like a lot of kind of like racist elements to like seasons 1 through 3 of the Boondocks, but it's like social commentary. It's season 4 is kind of like somebody watched like seasons 1 through 3 of the Boondocks, and all they got out of it was like LOL black people, and then they made season 4. It's like really, really, really bad.
Yeah, it's actually literally the same reasons why Chappelle stepped away from season 3 of Chappelle's Show, because he didn't like where it was going with the writing and everything else. He wanted more time to like kind of finesse that line between racial humor observations and social commentary. Because when it just becomes pure, well, I mean, you already know at this point, when it becomes just pure herder black people, or you're ultimately just reinforcing racial tropes rather than like advancing the dialogue and making it like a, I don't know, more nuanced take on stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know, but okay, so we were I'm sorry, where were we again? Because we were like on a derail just now. Let's bring it back a little bit here. So Jesse Lee Peterson, I PTSD'd because of the Fox News impression, which I PTSD'd because Twitch streamers don't make real money and don't work a real job, because you should slave away at a corporation and continue to like take your express lane to erectile dysfunction while working middle management until you literally kill yourself from stress by age 65. But what was the
I don't know how we got to there from there.
Yeah.
We were just seeing what you did for the week. Oh shit! Bits.
Bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to Twitch headquarters in 2016 to help make Bits good. And okay, I was telling you that I told Twitch there is no way in hell this is going to work on day one unless you absolutely have a way to give power to the poverty. You've gotta let ads be viewed for bits on day one. If you launch it alongside that, where you earn bits for ads and you give like ads a positive light, and you make like the incentive to ad block get removed or whatever, you will no one smart can like demonize bits, because you have every level of income able to participate in the ecosystem of bits. If you do it on day one, it's a 900 IQ move, because no one can be mad. No one smart can be mad. What do? And they just fucking throw it out there anyway. And we didn't get ads for bits until like 6 months later, minimum. I remember. So of course on day one it was a complete shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was just hysterical about like, oh my god, they're trying to take out PayPal and even though there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So, yeah, three head in chat, boys. But yeah, so I did that, and now I did that back when there wasn't an official program to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm a Twitch ambassador, now officially I am in the Twitch Illuminati, and I will be consulted for upcoming products and services for Twitch and give my feedback on them. Maybe get put into the beta for a couple of them. I don't even know. But yeah, I had a great time. Sadly, all the cool shit I did there was all like super duper NDA, so I can't talk about it. I can just tell you how it made me feel. It made me feel warm and gushy inside and excited for what's to come for Twitch.
Okay.
But that's all I can really say at this time, sadly.
Did you hear
kind of a big blue ball right there for you, but yeah.
Do you know anything about the Jussie Smollett stuff or whatever?
Who? What?
Who? Oh man, this has been some fucking hilarious shit. It's really fucked up. It's not good. But Jussie Smollett. So basically,
the guy who yes, the guy who impersonated there being an attack on him because he wanted to get a better acting contract. Right?
Yeah, so I hope that it comes out what actually fucking happened. But like, I've heard people say that like the DA flopped something really hard and they fucked something up, but I think it was 16 charges on him were dropped.
Whoa. How? Why?
No one knows. They just dropped all charges, and I think the DA's office has been totally silent on it.
Whoa. Okay.
And people are so fucking mad. Holy shit, dude.
So can we recap so quick here? Because I feel like you know more than me, but let me just tell them what I know or what I heard. There was a racial hate crime committed against Jussie, where two dudes, I believe the description was that two white gentlemen tried to lynch Jussie or tried to execute a lynching on Jussie near a tree at some point late in the night, at some point last year, or maybe it was earlier this year. I forget the exact time frame for it. And then that got it. The outcries because oh my god, here we are with like these like just blatantly racially motivated things going on here with like something as violent and as hateful as a lynching attempt. And then it was discovered that actually the facts or the evidence or their lack of was pretty fluid, not really anything concrete there. And then as the investigation continued onward, ultimately Jussie had lied about the entire altercation ever happening. And then there was like, context put in by other interviewers of the show that he's on that like, oh, he was actually in the middle of negotiating his contract and he did not like that where his negotiations went for his contract rate for his per episode or whatever. And so this was him attempting to like, and this was plausibly him attempting to like make an event out of himself so that he can use that to propel himself to get onto another show throughout his career. Now being relevant to the, the modern progressive agenda of, BLM or just like, advocacy for equal treatment of everyone. Yeah. That's what I know so far. But what do you know though?
Basically, he did like 16 hours of community service and then they kept his $10,000 bond and they basically made the agreement that they would dismiss all the charges. And that's all that's been, yeah, no one knows. I supposedly think the case is being sealed. So nobody knows like why. No one will know.
Has he said anything since then? Like,
nope. But it was like 16 felony counts he was facing. I don't know what the statutory maximum would have been, or what the maximum sentencing could have been. But yeah, just basically a whole bunch of white people are super fucking mad about it. I'm sure the Donald was probably blown up about it or was.
Of course, right?
But
yeah, that's weird. Do we know the state? Like what state did all this happen in? Do you think it's like a proximity to the
well, it was the Chicago Police Department or whatever.
Was it a local PD thing, or did it get escalated to like a higher branch of enforcement?
No, I think it was just the Chicago Police Department that was doing the investigation. Somebody in chat said there's like a separate like FBI thread about it, but yeah. Oh yeah, just checking the Donald. I already see like 3 threads on it, like on the front page, like the top.
Of course.
The second most highest up one right now is Chicago PD releases full Jussie Smollett case files. Oh man, dude, yeah, they're gonna be real fucking mad. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really. I feel like we're missing a lot here. I mean, a lot. You know, we don't even know like what the. If I correctly, we don't even know what the official report was on. Was there an official report released at the time when they had concluded there was insufficient evidence and they
Well,
were
so
looking further into
oh
it?
no, hold on. So you can't. Yeah, so that assumption can't be made that there's insufficient evidence that they don't have a strong case, because it's sealed and the basically. There's a name for this where it's called like alternative to like an alternative prosecution or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but basically you kind of like agree to do some things before the charges are dropped. And the two things that he agreed on were 16 hours of community service and forfeiting his $10,000 bond that he forfeited. That he forfeited? That he put for bail or whatever. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Well, did any consequence come to his career so far? Like, is he
oh
fired
yeah,
off
I
the show
think
or whatever?
weren't people saying that he's like fucked career wise? I have a hard time believing he'll walk this off anytime soon.
Yeah,
Like
no,
he was
I
like
agree with that,
demonized
actually.
like a motherfucker from all sides in the U.S. I think.
Hmm.
Am I wrong on that, or is he? There's no way that he's still.
That would be my perception of it. Yeah, like if you cried foul or whatever it's called, you cried wolf, and then fucking.
Wait, he's going back to Empire. Wait, really?
Well, really? Damn, no shame, dude. Hey, he's got the tabloids right now. Fuck it, throw him on there.
Mel Gibson came back. Mel Gibson came back after like 20 or 30 years, though, or was it? Well, maybe it wasn't that long, but how
Well,
long
whoa,
was
whoa,
it?
whoa, 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 whoa. That's okay. That's not true. Passion of Christ was 2003. Mel Gibson's racist, fucking
Tirade.
anti-Semitic triad, yeah, with the voicemail thing. That was like not even a decade later. I want to say what was it? Passion of the Christ, and then he was silent, then Apocalypto, and then like within 3 years of Apocalypto coming out, he did the voicemail thing happened, and then fuck, what was the next movie? It was like not even 5 years, dude. He was already back on it at that point.
Hold on, let me
I'm
check.
forgetting what it was though.
I'm trying to find out when the when did the
Like yeah,
thing
Mel Gibson
happen?
did Mel Gibson did not get held down really hard by that, I would say.
Mel Gibson tapes. Yeah, 30 years is probably an exaggeration. Fuck. When did the tapes come out? What happened? When was it? Was this in 2010?
So that sounds about right, actually. It was definitely because Apocalypto was before 2009.
Mhm.
I'm trying. I remember that much for sure because I was still living with mom at the time. And the tapes 2010 sounds about correct. If I recall correctly, he shit, dude, what was it, dude? It was like a DUI and the voicemail happened like in the same week span where they might have
Uh-huh.
been connected or whatever. Like he was driving drunk and then he like made a drunk phone call to somewhere and the voicemail went public.
Mhm. I mean, that's still like a decent, considering how active he was before then. I think that's an okay break. No,
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just more that you said 30 years, and I'm like, well,
I
let's
get you.
not.
Then
Whoa,
let's
yeah,
be
it
real.
wasn't.
30 years ago, no one probably would have cared. So yeah, you're probably right. That was a little bit too.
This guy,
Yeah.
this
So
guy.
Apocalypto was his.
Sadly, you're not wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
social media didn't exist. I don't know if that happened. If honestly, if it happened in '03, it would probably not even been a big deal because
maybe.
I'm thinking like pre-Twitter. What echo chamber would have even advocated that was not a good thing to do
Yeah,
or the wrong
people
thing
in
to do.
Yahoo chats would have been up in arms about it.
Yeah, it would have been me on fucking MSN Messenger, fucking
Yeah.
blowing up.
Did you use MSN
Um,
Messenger?
Um. Okay. All right. Forgive me if I don't remember exactly here. There was a reason. There was a feature that MSN Messenger had. All right, let's go back here. Just context here, boys. 2003. It's greatest time, yo. AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, and MSN Messenger and ICQ were the three big that were always in competition over who was the primary IM client. And if I recall correctly, MSN Messenger was the first one that had the typing status as a feature. Like, Destiny's now typing, Destiny's replying or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that AIM didn't have or AIM didn't
AIM
have
didn't have
that.
it yet. I think they got it
Yeah,
later, but
AIM
yeah.
got it later, yeah. And I love that. So that was a big reason why I and it was a very obvious divide too. I recall that all my online friends used MSN Messenger
Mm-hmm.
and all my normie RL idiot friends used AIM. So
The only thing I
it was
didn't
a
like
very
about
obvious.
MSN, I'm sure there was a way to turn this off, but being able to edit your name, oh god, that was so fucking annoying. Like people would type at you and they'd be like, "Hey," but their name would be like boy with the long shadow that extends down the existence of his life, like on every single fucking message, like all the edgy teen, and oh god, I remember
Oh,
that on
dude.
MSN, and it was like so stupid. Like every fucking person had like a whole, I felt like I was looking at like song titles on a post rock album, like every single
I
person
feel the
like
way now
20.
about Discord. You can change your name on Discord. I'm just like who like if you go to your I don't know if you have a Discord now, but if you go to like any big streamers Discord and you like because everyone can change their username
Mhm.
their nickname. I'm trying to find, let's say I'm actually trying to talk to a subscriber of mine. They have the subscriber role, but I have no clue who the fuck they are because their name is like
Oh yeah, I
um
don't like that. That's really
big
annoying.
doinks and joints, 420 kawaii desu, and it's like,
Hmm.
well, who the fuck are you? And it's
Or
like,
like when you're trying to like talk to people in Discord, but their name starts with a special character, and you don't know how the fuck to at them. You
you
type
can't
the
even
at thing.
tag them, dude.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
so annoying. You have to
oh,
like copy paste their fucking name after the at thing. It's so annoying. I don't know why the fuck they let people do that. I wish I could. If I
it's stupid. I
yeah.
agree. No, dude, I'm getting mega triggered right now. You're talking about that. It's so fucking dumb. I
Yeah,
agree.
you're like in the
I
middle of a
agree.
conversation with some dumb fuck that calls you out in like a big Discord, and the chat messages are moving. You're trying to at them, and you don't know what the fuck. And then you find their name, and you push tab, and it changes something completely different. Like, what the fuck? Is this an actual person's name, or am I adding a random person? Like, oh god, it's so triggering.
Oh no, do you love that whenever you tag someone and it's like their name is like, I don't know, fucking Arnold, or like, I don't know, something that's like not like there's like 7 Arnolds in your
Oh
chat or
yeah,
whatever, and you tag some dude who's been offline since 1945, and you're like,
yeah,
all right, well, I'll just necrobump the fuck out of his name.
yep.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, dude, if you wanna shit on Discord for like 45 minutes, I would be happy to, because I have a lot to complain about this UI, dude.
Oh yeah, it actually took.
Oh
I think
boy.
I was like one of the last streamers to get around to actually making one because I hated the UI so much, and I actually still do. Like, I don't know why there's like a difference between like voice chats and like text chats, or why you can't couple these things together. Like, I walk into a Discord and I see 30 rooms on the left, and I accidentally sometimes I click like a voice chat, and then I show up in a room with people like, oh fuck, and there's like, and then the text chat. Oh god, it like the Discord layout actually triggers the ever living fuck out of me. I still don't like it. Like,
You know what I don't like about it? It's not modular. I feel like I'm spoiled. It's 2019, right? We should have modular layouts for any like big platform at this point. I should be able to move that shit around however I want and make it however I want. I hate that it's like this stuck in this 2003 like one size fits all, and the fact that like, god damn, dude, give me fucking folders. Give power.
yeah, why
users
can't you
the option,
group
dude.
the servers you're in on the left? Like, I
Oh,
hate
dude,
that.
it's
Like,
so dumb. Literally, I'm leaving servers because I'm tired of fucking scrolling through a filler of nonsense bullshit.
and I'm in
It's
like
stupid.
10, and it feels like too much for me. Like, and I don't know, there are people in like
Dude,
30 or
yeah.
40 servers. And then like the way that the mentions are told on everything, like if I scroll to the side of my thing and I see that like I've got like 10 messages at a server, I don't even know the fuck to find those. Like, I click it, and then I have to like go to each of the channels, and then I click that, and then I've
Well,
got to like
to
control
be fair,
F, look for mentions for my name, and it's like,
to be fair,
Yep.
that now mind you, you're not wrong. That problem you're talking about there has been was a problem for years. But I want to say 2017, late 2017, they added that thing top right corner. It's the @ symbol. You can see all mentions of your name server wide with that. But you're
wait,
not
I
wrong
don't
though. That
believe
was
you. Hold on one second. The starting
yeah.
soon screen is going up. All right, let's find out. Okay, so here's a server. I see there are 60 mentions of me. So left click. Where do I push this?
No.
Oh,
On the
at
top right
mentions?
corner. Yeah, the see the little @ symbol next to the question mark? That's supposed to tell you all mentions of you in that thing you're currently in, whether it be a private DM or the server itself.
Wait, but
Or
this is
that server's
across. This is for like every single server, though.
Is it?
Yeah. So I went into
Oh.
this server where I had 60 mentions of me,
It's not even
and now I click
dynamic,
the at thing in the
dude.
top right. This even includes like my
that's
private
stupid.
DMs. Yeah.
That's stupid. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought they actually made it smart. Okay, never mind. It's still garbage then.
Okay, get rid of that and that. Oh my.
Oh,
Oh
wait.
shit.
Well,
Oh wait, hold on.
there's a
Wait, there
tab
might be a
that-
way to do this. I'm learning right
Yeah.
now. Okay. Okay. Wait. Recent mentions. This server. Display direct only. Oh, so there's not even a single thing in me. It's all at everyone's. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Coming back to this. Where's my call tracks? All right. Ooh, I'm even more triggered now.
Wait. You can. Okay. Wait. You can, when you do the there's a tab for this server or all servers, and then there's a display include everyone mentions or include only role mentions.
Yeah,
And
I
if you-
unchecked
if
both
you-
of those. Yeah.
If you uncheck both of those, you get direct only, which I assume would be you. So you can configure it to be like the thing that we're talking about here.
Fuck this shit. Give me
Okay.
AOL Instant Messenger back. Remember how we could all change our shit in chat rooms? You could like change like the color and the background color of your text. I think even
Dude, it
the
was so
font.
obnoxious. Have you ever been in wait. Have you ever been in a chat room and had someone tell you that you're copying their color? Like, bro, I'm fucking using yellow text on dark blue background.
Oh
Fuck you, bro.
shit! No, I haven't. But
Like-
that's interesting. That would be funny
Oh
as
my
fuck. I could
God,
see
dude.
somebody doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, this is so petty to even think about now in 2019, but this was like the thing in 2002. Like,
Yeah.
you had your color, man, and had to
My
be your
favorite
color.
thing in grade school. This is really fucked up, and I didn't actually do this. I'm just making this up. But a lot of the times it'd be funny is on AOL Instant Messenger. People's passwords would oftentimes just be like their names or like password or like the school they go to, it was actually incredibly easy to guess people's passwords back in like fucking grade school. So you could log into people's AOL Instant Messenger accounts, and basically what would happen is people would send you messages, and you could read every message that was being sent to the original account, but they wouldn't know that someone else was on your account. And then you could type messages back to fuck with people, and I don't think the person logged into the account could see the message that was being typed. So you could super fuck with people that way.
Dude, honestly, you got me. Okay, so yeah, a big thing here. I know we're still on a pending deal right now from like introductions at this point, but holy shit. You know how people think, like, how did the world exist before cell phones? Like, you know how you think as a kid, you're like, okay, yeah, you would go to the mall and tell your mom, fuck you, I'm gonna go to GameStop for like until you're like done boring me to death with your fucking bullshit shopping spree or whatever. And she'd be like, okay, we'll be at GameStop and don't go anywhere else. And you just fucking hang out at GameStop for like 2 hours, and you know there's nothing physically really holding you liable to be there. Like, you know, there's no smartphone, there's no, you know, all there is like, I guess, the intercom of the store to like for your mom to embarrass you, tell you to, okay, can Michael come to the front of the store, please? Right? Can you? It's blown my mind how the world functioned prior to cell phones in terms of like meetings and accountability and just general communication. You know, I hope he calls me back. That's all I can really hope for. I can't call him because he's not near a payphone, or you know, he doesn't have a beeper because a beeper was a premium accessory back then. I just hope they call me back when they need to call me back or whatever. I now feel that of the 90s, the 2010 version of that is, can you imagine the internet before two-way authorization? Like, you're thinking here now about all your things that were secured back in, you know, fucking the early 2000s.
We're always one password leak away.
It was one password away.
Yeah.
One password. You know, like, because you're bringing up now the whole AOL hacking shit. I'm just like, damn, you're right, bro. There was the wall just, you know, forehead just turn on two-way off, and there was no two-way off. There was none of that shit. It was one password.
Oh yeah, I remember that in people's statuses, like people putting like new account, last one was hacked, ignore it, or whatever, like shit like that when people would lose their old accounts and stuff. Yeah. Oh, the days.
Crazy.
Back in the boomer days.
Crazy, man. Fucking, I can only imagine. We need to get someone on here one day and ask them, like, we need like an expert to tell us how some really fucked up stories about how like RuneScape account hacking and
back before you had pins in RuneScape? Yikes. Somebody would guess your account and go into your bank.
Scamming was rampant, dude. I heard that shit was like
Hell
all fucking
yeah, dude. There were so many good ways to scam people. Hey, listen, dude, I want to take a pic with like all my clanmates, and your armor is so sick. Do you want to come with me and my friend out to the Wildy just to like level 2? It'll be so cool. Like, oh yeah, dude, there were so many horrible ways to scam people. Trying to lure dipshits that were standing at the edge of the Wildy that were high alching everything, trying to lure them to come into the wilderness. You kill them, they drop their whole fucking bank. There used to be a bug where if enough people attacked one person, somehow it would force a skull on them, and then you could actually get them to drop items that they weren't willing to drop. Sometimes you could get people to oh, sorry. Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I would never do any of this, but like
oh, of course. Yeah, no.
Yeah. If you needed a friend to join your world because you wanted to like fish together, I think me and Chris, used to fish sharks at the fishing guild together, and sometimes the world would be full. So one thing you could do, I had another friend in that game. I had a couple friends in RuneScape. Is you would get one guy to say like, hey, did you guys know that RuneScape bleeps out your password? And then if you type in like some random jumble of letters, like 6 people would log out to try to log into your account, and then your friend could get into the world because there would be room. Oh shit, dude! There are so many ways that you could fuck with people in fucking RuneScape. That shit was some good ass fucking meme.
Is that where you saw the bulk of your like password scamming happen? Because mine would be Xbox Live. That's where I saw. I didn't believe until I saw it, dude. Fucking, my boys already know the story here, but Modern Warfare 2, man, I saw all these boys finesse the shit out of these fucking 12-year-olds, dude. Like, oh my god, everyone. Step one, you get in the lobby, you hear the kids talking, you're like, cool, they're young, they're idiotic, cool, I got them. So you start a conversation with them about, you know, how long do you have Xbox Live? Because I like you, I want to play with you more often, I want to be your friend, you know, but mine expires soon. How long do you have Xbox Live? You get it out of them, and they usually will tell you, doesn't sound like it's confidential information. Oh, I have a year pre-bought. I have like 10 months remaining or whatever. You're like, all right, great. Well, I'm glad that you're on for a long period of time. That's awesome. So now you know that they have a valuable asset. They have a year of Xbox Live. So then you say, okay, well, I'm gonna show you, you know, because I only have, you know, the rest of this month or whatever, the rest of today or tomorrow or this week of Xbox Live remaining. Let me show you a sick kill shot or whatever, right? And then you and your you and your friend both will orchestrate together how to like impress him in a private lobby and how to do a quick kill shot. And then you explain to him how you have like, you know, some kind of like custom modifier enabled on your account that lets you do that thing, and they fall for it because you're simulating some kind of situation in the match. At which point, then you tell him, or he told him, you know, that well, look, I can give it to you. I see your account to like do a quick little thing in the background to give you the hacks to do what I just did right there.
Yeah.
And then I'll get right back to you. I think it's really cool actually, because me and you can be friends, and we'll be in lobbies and duos, and we'll do it all the time.
Yeah.
And they'll sit here for like, you know, 30 minutes orchestrating this entire thing,
And people will
just to get the account access. And the minute you get it, disconnect out of there. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
You got their account, change the password. If they have a credit card attached to it, I'm about to buy. And then the boys were dirty too, man. If they had mom's credit card on file, oh boy, they were buying digital everything.
It's
dude.
sad,
Fuck
but
it.
like, yeah, people are like hungry as fuck for online friends. You could do similar shit in RuneScape. If you take some kid with you, like, because me and my friends were always like really good PKers. That's what we did. You take some kid with you, like PKing for a little bit, you get like a few kills. They're like fucking hyped and gassed as fuck, like on like any kills they got. You give them like the majority of the loot. You're like, oh, dude, like, yeah, this guy dropped
exactly.
this guy like a DDS. Like, dude, you can have it, man. Like, you're cool. You did so much for that PK. You get back to town, you like load them out, give them sharks, give them pots and shit. You're like, oh, this is awesome. Like, yeah, like sometimes, sometimes we share accounts and sometimes we do whatever. Like, if you want to do some shit like that, blah, 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 blah. I remember that we had a dummy account, some shitter fucking peer that got ruined because we got defense levels on them. But like, you could like share passwords with like shitter accounts to let them log in to see that everything was cool. And then eventually like they would give you their password and you like jack their shit. Not that I ever did any of this, but like I heard people did stuff like this. But oh yeah, dude. Oh my God. There was so much horrible shit.
I didn't obviously didn't do this either, but like I was in the lobby watching my friends do it because I was like, it's not gonna be that easy. Because he was like, yo, man. All right, so here's the last context here about it. He was like, look, if you didn't know, Xbox 360 copies of Grand Theft Auto 4 for some reason included 1 month trials to Xbox Live, right?
Okay.
It was a little paper insert in every brand new steel copy of GTA 4. At the time, I worked at GameStop, and when we would get these used copies of GTA 4 in 2008, a lot of people didn't use their 1 month trials because who opens the fucking game manual to see that it's behind the game manual in the case? So some of the employees there were just like yoink, like legit, 12 to 35 of these inserts. And what's dumb is it had stacking capability. You can just enter the codes back to back to back, and it would stack on your account, and you could have like free Xbox Live until 2012 if you really wanted to. And so we had a friend of a friend who would frequent the GameStop who was like, well, he came through, asked if we had any left, and we were like, no. He's like, all right, well, fuck it, dude. Join this lobby tonight. I'm gonna show you how my fucking get down. I'm gonna show you how I still do this shit, all right? And I was like, man, you can't scam these kids out of their Xbox Live. They're not that stupid. And he was like,
oh man,
bitch. And he fucking just like, dude, he didn't even try hard either, dude. It was like the whole thing was done in 30 minutes. He had a year of Xbox Live and whatever credit cards on file, and just like, this guy was like super obviously amoral. I would never do all this to little kids and all that, but I won't deny that it was fucking hilarious though, because I had to mute myself so often because I'm fucking dying laughing at how many like the lies per minute that they were feeding these kids to make them their friends was comical, dude. I felt like I was at a fucking press conference for the Trump administration. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think the worst I ever felt. The worst I ever felt was when I heard that people would get people's accounts basically, and like there's I don't know how to explain it, but there's something very satisfying about like basically socially engineering your way into some kid's account, even if he doesn't, because they never had shit. I don't think we ever like scammed anybody that had like, oh fuck, like this dude's got like 100 million fucking whatever the gold was, whatever it was in Runescape. Like we never got like rares or anything. It was always like they had like 12 prayer robes, like a bunch of random food items, like 20 herbs, maybe like a dragon simi or whatever, like a dragon scimitar or some shit. The funniest thing was when sometimes you get on these accounts, you could just blanket fire off like a message to every person on their friends list being like, oh fuck dude, like I'm in Varick Bank and I got fucking scammed. Like, do you have anything that you could loan me so that I could go and people would actually show up and give you more shit.
Dude, oh my god. You're not you're right. You're right. Pre-scam internet, pre-scam aware internet was crazy, dude.
It was, usually you would get more because like when you get into these kids' accounts, because they're that dumb, they probably don't have much good shit anyway, but you would get more sometimes, like having people like throw you, like they'll give you like a DDS and prayer robes and like some shark or some shit, or lobbies or swordfish or some shit, and yeah, you just start like transferring it all to the other account, like thanks dude, like this really helps. Right? Like, oh my god. It's fucking so horrible.
Yeah, so now I gotta ask the ultimate question. Okay,
yeah,
who who were the biggest scammers? Was it early WoW or was it RuneScape?
I never played WoW at all. I guess a lot of people
No?
do scams on EVE Online, which I did play. I didn't get as much as that, but like RuneScape was like the wild west. These were like the days where like people didn't really know much about social engineering, and so if you were good at it, you could get into so much. It was fucking crazy how easy it was if you understood like a little bit about how people thought. If people are willing to trust you, if you give people the opportunity to do something fun that they don't normally do, they'll jump on it. Like taking somebody Peking, taking somebody to the Deep Wilding and killing a couple greater demons or whatever, showing people the King Black Dragon KBD, I think, right? Like if you would take people to do these things, like give these people experiences, like act friendly, LOL at them, put smileys and shit. If you would send people your socials, like, dude, yeah, like talk to us on AOL, like we'll talk there, whatever. People would like, yeah. What?
Slow down. Give people your socials.
Like AOL Instant Messenger, like ways to contact you outside the game
like
and shit.
I was like,
oh no.
Security
No.
number?
Like, I guess, sorry, yeah.
Damn, dude. Like,
yeah, but like
I didn't know it was
when
like-
you start doing that, like when people start opening up to you like that, like people are real eager for like friendship. A lot of people don't realize that in the real world. That's still true today. Like people are usually eager to like reach out and be friends with somebody if you offer somebody the olive branch. But obviously that could be abused a lot back in the early days of the internet, and people didn't really know about that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You're not wrong. That is I mean, I'm thinking back to my first online experience, and it was Midnight Club 2 on Xbox Live on my OG Xbox, and that was me. I was an awkward 12-year-old kid, and I was like, I wanted to make friends, so I definitely was, I learned real quick how to talk shit. I didn't really know how to be like competitive with shit talking and roasting, but like, but yeah, dude, I got called, Brad and this and that, and there's some other words here. There's a pause real quick. I'm sorry. I'm about to derail real quick here, but like, have you ever like? I went back at some point last year. I was having like one of those like let's call it like a Pokeballs day. Where I'm like, okay, I'm lazy as fuck right now. I don't feel like really doing anything. I just kind of want to chill and watch some like videos and react to them or whatever and talk about it on for my entire stream. And so at one point I was like, you know what, you guys, know what I really enjoy? I miss the art of like online rage compilations. Like whenever like people get like mega triggered in Xbox Live lobbies or old school TF2 lobbies or like whatever it may be, and like I realized I couldn't do it on Twitch anymore because like what's the one word that's getting said the most in these online rage compilations?
Like either the N word or the F word.
The F slur. Dude, it was the F slur. Well, okay,
depending on which one you were watching.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was, actually, you're right. It was both. But yeah, dude, it was like F slur. I'm just like, I'm like, dude, is this all we used to say when rage would happen, dude? That's like all.
Oh yeah.
Like,
do you remember the
hard double syllable too? I'm like,
God,
damn.
what were the group? The people were trolling TF2 so hard. Like some guy would sit on top of the door, and you would make it so none of your team could get out, and he would play like quiz time. And if people didn't get the answer right, he wouldn't let them out into the map. You'd like lose a game. So there was so much dumb shit back then.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
God, I don't remember what the name of these fucking videos was, but like videos were. But yeah, in TF2, yeah, basically some guy would like stand on top of the door. There was a bug or whatever. There was a glitch to do it, and yeah, he would play quiz time with people, and a lot of people would be raging and screaming. But if people got the answer right, he'd let them out to go play the game. Yeah.
Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like but yeah, point is though, yeah, my roasting count is online. I was, as you were describing, I was eager to make friends, and I got chewed up and spit out really quickly and learned how to like get a thicker skin dealing with the online interactions.
Oh my God, trolling with all of the I think you would get like one person on each team. It was Team Roomba. Yeah, somebody just linked the video. You would get like one engineer on each team to start. Like one guy would build like a fuck ton of turrets. The other guy would build portals that lead like right to him, and like all your team would just keep running through them over and over again, getting like mowed down by the fucking turrets on the other side and shit. Oh man, people would get so fucking mad. Holy shit.
Sorry, my dog like lost her mind because
No, you're good.
Intruder came into the house, and her default stance is bark first, ask second.
Oh wow, real badass.
Yeah, she must be a Chicago PD enforcement.
I wonder if I could have played pro games if I would have been better at StarCraft. If I spent more time like actually playing games and less time like trolling people. Because now that I think about it, I think I just spent most of my time fucking with people. Did you ever play the original StarCraft at all?
No, it's been actually I've not played any RTS games actually.
And you can build like static.
You could actually we can do a social experiment here. You could turn me on to the appeal of the RTS genre and guide me on what games and what order you'd recommend I'd play to maximize my guidance and learning curve. Wait, fuck that shit?
That genre's dead as fuck.
I mean, I know it's dead, but like, doesn't mean it's not worth playing.
You need to watch The Matrix and shit first before you start trying to branch out into other types of games, all right?
Oh, well, okay, whoa. That was a low blow right there. You can't throw the movie backlog at me. Damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Really? Wait, me and you, man. We're Twitch streamers, right? Our agenda is to live, eat, and consume video games, man. You can't. It's the highest form of art. It's an
That's
interactive
true.
medium.
That's where I get most of my viewers now,
I'm
playing
not
League of
some
Legends.
fucking some boomer zoomer trying to like sit here and watch a fucking 3-hour film about like fuckity bullshit or whatever from some fucking 80-year-old director. Man, I'm trying to play some
Damn.
motherfucking video games, man. What you
By the
mean?
young hip Zoomer crowd,
I'm
yeah.
the future, bitch.
Okay.
So-
I don't know where we're at right now.
Well, okay. So actually,
Us.
I've been keeping track here. So
Oh,
real
shit.
quick, we're gonna wind back here. I tried to at least anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna go back here to the RTS thing because you didn't have to answer my question here. If I wanted to get into RTS, would you recommend I start with StarCraft? Would you recommend I do like some Command and Conquer? Would you recommend that I
Probably Warcraft, because like Warcraft 4 will come out, or like isn't the Warcraft 3 remaster? It might already be out.
wait, whoa, Warcraft 4 is gonna be a thing?
Never mind. I totally made that up.
Yeah,
It will eventually.
Well, yeah,
but
but say like, whoa, like
I'd say like, is the Warcraft 3 remaster already
Crush these
out?
poor little Blizzard fan streams. They're already depressed right now because they have to coexist with like fucking Neo Blizzard that exists right now. Like,
Yeah, I'd say Warcraft would probably be a good place to start because it ties into Hearthstone and all the other games and shit. So you have a better understanding there too.
okay.
Okay.
Chat seems to agree.
Us.
And then I actually liked your conversation here. You asked, would you be a pro gamer at this point now if you troll less people?
And actually spend time getting better at the
play-
game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question because I have like because me and you kind of have like a similar branching path where like streaming kind of deterred me a little bit from that. I would say sort of because before I was speedrunning, I was my life was competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I dude, fucking 2001 to 2005 was just like every motherfucking day was Yu-Gi-Oh. And like school, like middle school and high school were just really middle school and high school until 11th grade were just like giant filler episodes of a really shitty anime where I didn't fucking care because when I got home, all I fucking did was hop on YVD, Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual Desktop, and I would play these. I would duel until like my mom kicked me, until my mom dragged me away from the computer. I was the cringe teenager who fucking just like was like, "Mom, shut the fuck! I'm playing video games. Fuck off." I was because you gotta think here. It was the family PC in the kitchen. There was only one PC. I had to like share PC time with all the fucking other idiots in my family because I had my own fucking shit. So I was just like, I would do Yu-Gi-Oh until I had to get off because they because I only got 4 hours of it today and they wanted their 45 minutes of bullshit time or whatever. So yeah, dude, Yu-Gi-Oh was my fucking life until I got into speedrunning. But I'm wondering, I do wonder too what would how different things would be if I had like pushed myself to the proportionally. I had a lot more log time on Yu-Gi-Oh than I did speedrunning at that time, and it took me a while to get better at speedrunning. And I'm wondering if I'd pursued my initial competitive drive to its max capacity, what would that have yielded?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good question.
I think the worst I ever did for screaming for parents when I played games was playing when I played JRPGs. I was pretty young and I couldn't read all the words, so I always had to call my mom over to like, "Mom, what does this word mean? Mom, what does this word mean?" But yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Did you never have the family PC struggle? Are we too different in that
Oh yeah, we had a family PC. Oh god, it was horrible. The worst things my parents always had, like how much time I could spend on the computer was always subject to their whims during the day, and I always get so triggered. My mom would be like, "What? How long have you been on the computer?" I think like 2 hours, Mom. She's like, 2 hours is too much. Like, why, Mom? She's like, just because 2 hours is too much, and they get like real mad. I'm like, oh fucking Mom.
No, this is when you do the big brain. You're like, well, Mom, fuck, you watched Dr. Phil and Oprah earlier, so fuck you. That's 2 hours alone. And I know you're going to watch American Idol tonight, so you better get the fuck off my dick,
Oh,
bitch.
no. For me, the computer is just like a special kind of evil. Like, they would even say, like, get off the computer and at least watch TV or something. Like, there was just something bad or negative or evil about the computer. And when I spent, like, too much time on it, it was like, because I'd spend, like, 8 hours a day on it if they'd fuck off. But, yeah, no.
Yeah, they can do, like, 8 hours of TV, no questions asked. You do, like, a quarter of that on the PC, and it's like, I don't know. I think the PC's rotting his brain. You look at him; he's sitting there clicking and clacking on the keyboard, eyeballs directly on the monitor. I don't know. I don't trust it. Now the mouse has got a little laser in it now, rather than the little mouse ball. And is the laser like is it like scanning his retinas and causing him to be a drone and obey the monitor now? I don't know. I don't trust them laser mouses either. They crazy. You know, just like
I mean,
whatever.
I
fucking
don't.
shit.
Yeah, I don't think my mom ever went that crazy. She never gave reasons. She just said things. I would just come home from school. Oh my god, dude, I had PTSD coming home from school, and like I'd try to like open the computer, like open like a browser or whatever, and then it said not connected, and it meant that the parents had like either hidden the Ethernet cable or hidden the cable modem or whatever. Oh man, it
Wait. That happened to you for random reasons? Like I
yeah, just
understand
on
that
days where they felt like I had too much. I didn't need to play the computer that day.
That's
Yeah.
such bull. Wait. So you didn't make an F on the report card. You didn't like skip school or skip class or miss the bus or anything. No, like for
My grades were
random
like
reasons.
pretty shit, I guess. I was like a B or C student a lot of the time. No, I guess, or like it was an A, B, or C. It really depended on like the topic. I could always do really well in all the English classes because I was like a good reader, and then I would kind of like flub some other things. They weren't as good as they probably should have been. And then like yeah, they were just like random days. It didn't even matter like in terms of like if I did good or bad on grades or tests or recently or whatever. But like if they just felt like I didn't need the computer that day, they would just start hiding shit. Yeah.
That's that I would get so triggered by that, dude. But then again, I did get triggered because my mom was. See, the one thing you learn. I'm sorry, I'm derailing a derail into a derail again here. But black parents. This is probably where me and you very much differ here. Black parents and white parents, right? I know white's a very stupid term, but black parents, particularly black moms, are not really down with you like going over to your friend's house. Like that's a giant relinquish of power and influence that they don't definitely want to let that go. So I was never allowed to go to any friend's house. And when you're an aspiring worldwide class Yu-Gi-Oh duelist like myself, I needed fresh competition to keep my Yu-Gi-Oh dueling at peak optimal level. And my mom would never fucking let me go to anyone's house. They can come over to our house, but the problem is like that's it's like
Weird.
I don't have that power. Like yeah, I live out in the fucking boonies. I live like 15 minutes away from fucking school. I live in the wrong direction. I live out of town, not in the city. So it's like no one's gonna come to my fucking old garbage ass house to play Yu-Gi-Oh with me. So I never had opponents to play that were good or whatever.
Huh.
So I had to play online.
I guess the friend that I had growing up, my really close black friend was lived in the same apartment complex with me and my grandma, and like there were a bunch of other black people that lived there too, I guess. I don't know if this was like some part of Bellevue or whatever this was, but growing up, this is actually one stereotype that I didn't understand until far later in life. We also had a pool in our apartment complex too, and like all the black kids swam there with all the white kids, and I never knew that stereotype about black people not being able to swim until I was like in my 20s. I'd never understood that before. I'd always heard people say it, and I was like, what do you mean by that? Because I'd always grown up and all of us went to like the same apartment complex pool together.
Do you want me to explain why that is a thing? What that's supposed to like be rooted in?
Sure. My guess is socioeconomic shit, but yeah, hit me up.
Yeah. In short, yeah, it's a boring answer. Socioeconomic conditions that lead to like the luxury of being able to afford to give your child swimming lessons is unforeseen in most black communities. Not to mention because of because of Reaganomics and how the ghettos were ultimately formed due to redlining with economic policies based off of loans and banks with their generosity tends to lead to black communities being nowhere near a pool. Other than you got the public pool, maybe if you're lucky, if the allocations are there for a public pool near a public park to be in existence. But most cases, black youth don't have access to pools to ever even get good at sloppy recreational swimming, much less functional, deliberate swimming. So that's the boring, lame answer. But yeah.
I don't know if I can actually functionally swim. I can if I go in the water, I can not drown, and I can doggy paddle around, I guess, and I can kind of do the thing with my arms over my head, but I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Well, so you imagine, right? If you're a child and you by the time you're 15 years old, if you've never been near a pool,
oh yeah, it'd probably be pretty scary.
Yeah,
that's actually
the childhood curiosity's kind of gone now. It's it's new, it's foreign, it's objective, no longer a recreational task. You're just like, I don't fuck with that. I don't know how to swim. I don't want to learn from these people right now.
That's actually really weird to me. So wait, can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim. Actually, I'm different here. I actually was near.
Sure.
But also, I grew up in Orlando, Florida, so we had a bunch of different shit. Like our elementary school had a program that would get kids into swimming in second grade. So I actually did swimming lessons.
I can't imagine anytime if you can't swim, if you go near water, are these death traps to you? Are people genuinely oh my god, I'm this if you're walking on a dock, would you think fuck, if I fell over, I would die. I would just be dead. I would just sink and die. Is that something people worry about? Or if they're near a swimming pool, they're that is actually a death trap for me.
I would say, yeah, dude. Very similar yeah, because you think of it this way, right? Like, if I've never been near water in my youth, and then as an adult, I'm controlled by the typical reprogrammed adult fear orientation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna really want to be eager. I'm not eager to be near large masses of water because I don't know how to deal with that situation. Similarly, if I was a child and I never been on an airplane as an adult, I fear the airplane. But as a child, if you went on an airplane, 2 or 3 times in your youth with your parent, you're not as fearful of airplanes by the time you're an adult, I would say. It's all about conditioning under the childhood curiosity factor, I would say.
That's crazy, dude. So is Aquaman like a horror movie for a lot of black people, or? That's my one for the day. Okay, what are we talking about next? Oh, speaking of black people, the movie Us. Are we getting onto this or?
Yeah. Ooh, man. So we were on Twitch headquarters. I
Yep.
kind of covered the bits thing. You know that I'm an ambassador. I preview products, stuff like that. I went into that. I was sick, and then from there, we went to some other ship. You know what? Fuck all that though. Let's go ahead and let's fuck the derails, dude. You know what?
I think we're gonna have a disagreement here. I'm excited.
We just fucking chop it off. And we go right.
I'm ready to duke it out. Okay.
All right, let's fucking do it.
Let's go back and forth. Let's give our ratings for the movie. What did you give it out of 10?
Bro, okay, so it's complicated for me to say because so I was kind of
wait, nope, don't get into it. Give me an out of 10.
Okay,
oh, also, hold on for a warning.
A number?
Fucking spoilers, okay? Fuck it. We're not doing a spoiler for fuck it. There are spoilers.
AF here, okay.
Yeah,
all
okay.
Right.
The movie's been out for a week and a half. If you cared about spoilers, you would have seen it by now. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I hate numbers, man, because it's such an over.
I don't care. Just give me a number out of 10.
Dude, you sound like Twitch chat right now.
Yep.
Fuck,
give me a number out of 10.
6 or 7 out of 10. 6 or 7 out of 10, which is, and that's, oh god, it's like there's so many things I like, there's so many things I don't like though. But yeah, that it's definitely. What I can say is it's a shit ton weaker than Get Out. But
okay,
I'll get into why later on.
I don't know if we're gonna disagree. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I left the theater like right after the credits rolled. I was like, 8 out of 10. And I got out to the theater area and I was talking about it with my friend. I was like, maybe 6 or 7 out of 10. And then I got home, I slept, I woke up the next day, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna think like 5 out of 10. There's a lot of fucking problems with this movie that I'm not getting. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Like, yeah, yikes. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's dive into that then. So the first thing first, let's go first with our what we were walking into expectation wise, because Get Out super caught me off guard. Like I saw it, I fucking loved it, and then when it wraps up, you're like, okay, I immediately want to see a second time because there's so much symbolism, double meaning, and just like like what you know by the end changes what you perceive about the beginning, and there's so many signs of what's leading up to the ends with the twist and everything else. Just like like not only that, but like Get Out didn't even really need it. Doesn't obviously enhances here, but you didn't really need the social commentary layer for Get Out. Get Out's just genuinely just good horror thriller or whatever you want to call it. Like,
yeah, real quick on like what you're saying, this is really important. You can't excuse shitty storytelling or shitty writing because it's a metaphor. That's not how those are supposed to work. Allegories or metaphors are supposed to be like you have like a solid foundation that's good, and then there's like another way that you can kind of view it. And everything works. But the original story and movie has to be really tight. If you go in watching like Get Out and it's like, oh, this is a kind of like a really like a comedy horror movie, and you're like, oh yeah, cool, and you watch it, you'll like it. You don't need anything more than that. You can just like it. But but then if somebody gives you like, there's also this kind of like funny commentary on top about kind of like the white guilted like liberal and their like obsession with like black people and everything in that kind of a way. Like, oh, it actually kind of works in that way too. Like it's really fun. Like kind of the insult compliments, like, oh, I like black people because they're very athletic. Like stuff like that. Or I voted for Obama, that kind of stuff. It's like that works too, but it works without making sacrifices to the main story. And I don't know if you can say the same about Us. Oof, go ahead.
Yeah, and you're not wrong there. That's the big problem. So like you see Get Out catches everyone off guard. It's amazing. It's probably one of my favorite. I want to be bolder. I want to say it's like that's probably one of my favorite films of the last decade. Like if I'm thinking of like what's definitive of the 2010s, I would definitely put Get Out on there. It's definitely a film that I feel could only exist in the 2010s, both from who created it, what it conveys, and execution of it, and everything else in between. Like that's not a film that would ever get produced in the 2000s. That would not get greenlit. pre 9/11 or even like around 9/11. That's just not. It's too divisive, and now or it's too candid. I guess you could say here.
Okay. I don't know if I'd say Get Out was that. I thought Get Out was like close to like a perfect movie. It did everything really well. I don't know if it was quite like ambitious enough or like this is one of my favorite movies of like the past like decade, but it was really, really good. I admit that. There aren't very many flaws in that movie, if any. I'd have to think a lot about it, I guess. But yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I'm going here like, man, I'm about to see the next Jordan Peele. Is it Peele or Pell? I always get it wrong. I always confuse myself on it here. Is it Pell? Is it Peele?
I think
it's like banana peel.
it's
or is
Key
it
and
like
Peele,
Pell?
right?
Key and Peele.
Yeah, I think it's Peele. I'm gonna go with Peele, but
Peele.
go ahead.
All right, Peele. Final answer. I'm already like, ooh, I'm seeing a Jordan Peele film. Like, I'm already like, director name specific on it now. I'm like really excited here. So my expectations were like through the roof because the trailer was actually great. I gotta take a minute here and just compliment the fact that like in a world where like Warner Brothers, where trailers are just like cut to like spoil, and they're so insecure that just like they're throwing you like 3/4 of the entire movie at you, hoping that your peanut-sized ADHD brain will be able to like, I saw the things here for me to go see the film.
Didn't the trailer kind of like give away like pretty much the entire like plot of the movie? Basically, that a duplicate family was going to show up and they had to find a way to kill them before they killed the main family. Wasn't that kind of the?
You think so? I feel like it did enough to intrigue, but not spoil everything. Like, I mean, I guess you could say it did reveal that, and that might have been one too many things. But I thought I saw trailer one. Trailer one for me was cut enough for me to be like really excited for it. Without
Do you want to watch it to get us in the mood?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Do you think my VOD is going to get blacklisted? Is Article 13 going to kill me yet? I linked it to you. Okay.
Are you? Do you have EU teeth? No, you have pretty teeth.
Oh damn! Why are we going hard on our EU brothers? What the fuck?
Oh wait! You can do all these roasts, but I can't. Like, what the fuck? All right.
Okay.
Give me a count whenever you're ready.
Yeah, sure. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
To take the dunk out of the bag.
That's a classic right there.
What does I got 5 on it mean?
It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs. It's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
Get in rhythm. There you go. There you go. Can't believe how big they've got.
Did you hear Gabe got a boat?
He's kidding, right?
He's not kidding.
Hey, I think it's vodka o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Jason?
Jason?
Where were you?
I didn't know if you were lost. Stick with me, and I'll keep you safe.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. What are you people?
It's us.
They look exactly like us. They think like us. They know where we are. We need to move and keep moving. They won't stop until they kill us. Or we kill them.
Be careful.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, that I still stand by that. I think that was a fantastically cut trailer that completely gets my boner like at 3/4 chub minimum and gets me hyped for the film. Like, it gives me a great sense of the atmosphere. I know what to expect. I'm not being like manipulated on like it's not one of those things where it's like it's a rom-com, but rom-coms don't really get guys in seats, so they try to market it as like an action film through like focusing on the helicopter crash and 50 Shades Great or whatever.
Okay.
Rather than like, you know, being disingenuous. So no, the trailer to me, yeah, it says the premise that there's going to be like a other family, but you don't know how it's going to be resolved.
Gotcha.
What I'm complaining about here by comparison is like how Batman v Superman shows Wonder Woman was supposed to be like a thing 3/4 of the film. The film's even like filmed in a way where the reveal of Wonder Woman being Wonder Woman or whatever her human name is supposed to be a twist, but you already knew from the fucking first trailer. So
sure.
Yeah, so
this is I just like to trigger Blade Runner fans in chat real quick. I actually felt similar about Blade Runner 2049. I don't think they should have shown Harrison Ford in any trailer at all. I think that would have worked way better if he just shows up in the movie, like in the last act. But you know, sorry.
There's a problem there though. That's okay. So I understand what you're saying right there, but can you imagine telling the marketing department that, you know, you have like a legacy actor like Harrison
No,
Ford,
I know.
you can't
But it's
use
like,
him in marketing?
this is a shitty reason, but I mean, you're right. Yeah, you would actually want to say that. But I mean, like for the story in the movie itself, it would have worked better for him to just show up. It would have been way cooler, I think. But
yeah. You know, it's funny that when you say that, that's the same problem right now with Avengers Endgame coming out next month, where like you already, this is not even spoilers here, y'all. This is just facts here. You already know that Spider-Man Far From Home, the next Spider-Man live action film in the MCU, is coming out in July 4th weekend. So you already know that Spider-Man, because there's a Spider-Man film 2 months later, is going to live.
How much of a fucking ruse would it be though if that whole project was bullshit? That would be meta as fuck.
That'd be super dope actually.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not. But everyone loves Tom Holland, and obviously people are it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard it was a decent amount of backlash because of how sad the ending to Avengers: Infinity War was. Like,
oh yeah, people got real emotionally invested in superheroes. Like, oh, when Spider-Man
people
died,
were
I was
like
crying. Like, dude, it's a superhero.
People were like really distraught over that. So
okay,
But
what did you? Let's start with the positive. What did you like about the movie?
Dude, I loved that. I actually liked that it wasn't even like explicitly a black family. Like the fact that like nothing about their blackness is what I felt like had to be like it wasn't like, you know, because we're black and this is why things are happening. It just happens to be like a nonchalant representation of a family that like their blackness not exactly intrinsic to what's happening in the plot.
Oh, like hold on. I have to push you on that. Because that might be really problematic. What do you mean by that? Hit me up with that. What do you mean by blackness is not intrinsic to who they are? Oof. We've talked about this subject a little bit before in the past, but I'm really curious what you mean by that.
We did, and I kind of changed on it now.
Is it because they had a summer house? You don't think black people can have summer houses? Is it because they weren't poor? Because they didn't live in the hood? Because they didn't do drugs? What do you mean, Trihex? What do you mean by their blackness wasn't important? What do you mean by that?
It didn't. Okay, so by comparison to Captain Marvel, it didn't feel like an agenda-loaded like attempt to like have more. There hasn't been a lot of black representation, sure, in like as like starring roles in the media, but I kind of, I don't know. I found myself there was a lot of shots where it was just like, you know, black happy families, but it wasn't like. I'm trying to think. Maybe I may have worded this incorrectly here, but I was actually trying to agree with a point you made in a prior podcast where I called out the perceived notion that is it Tracer? I forget. I don't know Overwatch very well here, but Tracer being gay was like was a thing that was confirmed in like some and not in the game, but on some like random comic in the media, and the media depicted for the cast of Overwatch, and you kind of gave me the argument that well, does there have to be a specific like organic reason for her to be gay?
Yeah, okay, move on. I'm half fucking with you. Don't worry. Go ahead. But I agree.
You're such a fucking piece of shit.
Okay, keep going.
Dude, you got me sitting here sweating, bro.
No, I agree. I agree with what you mean. It's just like another normal family. I don't know how I felt about the forced diversity though. Like, did every single member of the family have to be black? Like, did they really couldn't cast like a white kid or something for the? I don't know, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I like that. I actually liked how it was. What was another thing here too? I liked how it was shot. I mean, I'm not a cinematography expert, obviously, but I've seen some pretty terribly shot films. I felt like this one had some great staging here with the whole.
I actually agree. I don't actually notice editing at all. It's not something I look for in films because I'm a fucking film like dumbass. I just kind of like look for the stories and characters, which a lot of people get really triggered for. But I actually thought there were a lot of shots that like looked really nice in this movie. Like down at the end when she was like walking through the corridor and the camera pans to like different rooms and shit. Yeah, there were like a lot of shots I thought were really cool in this. Like better than like what I would normally expect.
there were a couple of behind, over the shoulder shots meant to give you like kind of like a POV and a claustrophobic feel of what's going on. I felt claustrophobia when she was in the mirror house. I felt I felt tension there as I was supposed to. I felt like the establishing shots were really good. I never felt like a jarring, where are we right now? What's going on? Problems I felt in every Michael Bay Transformers film. Problems I felt particularly, I'm sorry, I'm trigger people here. Problems I felt especially in Star Wars Rogue One, where I'm just like, where are we right now? Like, there are so many transitions between planets in Rogue One's first 45 minutes. I didn't know where the fuck we were by like the 30-minute mark, honestly. And yeah, Get Out didn't have any of those problems for me. And I felt like it was like really pretty to look at, really well shot.
Sure.
So,
I really, really liked the music in this film. I don't know why they decided to base everything on the 5 on It song. I actually don't know the fucking name of that song, but it worked really well. I thought that the main track and all of the choir that they brought in, I don't think they actually show that off at all in the trailer, but a lot of the scary music is like choir centric or whatever. It works really well. I think it's really cool.
Honestly, that was one thing that I think I kind of differ on. So I love the idea of 5 on It being like switched into like kind of like a horror thing with an orchestrated take on it. But I felt like the areas it was used in the trailer were great, but then when I saw those play out in the actual movie, I found them actually kind of off-putting. Not the car scene with the 5 on It, but the other times later in the film where they used the orchestrated version, the slower take on 5 on It. I actually found it kind of took me out of the mood, honestly.
Wait, do you know that song?
Yeah. I got 5 on. Yeah, it's a song about drugs.
This is oh man, it's actually so interesting you bring that up because I personally totally disagree with you. However, this is an argument that I've heard where people say that if you're making a movie, you should never ever use a popular song in order to do something in the movie, because you lose all control as a creator over the emotional response somebody will have that song. So for me, I have never heard that song outside of that movie, the 5 on It songs. Like hearing an orchestral version of that, like I have no prior associations. I've never even heard the full song. Like it worked for me really well. But for somebody like you, or maybe for other people who have heard that song before, maybe it doesn't really work as well because you're still like so heavily associated with the song, or you've got like a different way of hearing it because you've heard it so much in the past. You're like, this doesn't really work as much. That's an argument that I've heard people say before, that you should never use like external music for a movie because you basically forfeit control over the emotional response of an audience based on what they've seen outside of the movie. Okay,
so that's a fair point. That's actually, so let me pause there. So yeah, you're right. I'm familiar with the song. I immediately recognized the orchestrated version when it was playing late in the movie. The problem was when I heard that, I'm calling back to the car scene and I'm like, there's, I'm like, okay, is there going to be a deeper meaning to why that song was the song they played and they bonded over? And from my observation, there really wasn't. There was nothing particular about 5 on It in that scene that tied to it being built up to some kind of like foreshadow later in the film.
Oh yeah,
maybe
that's kind of true.
Connection there, but I was like, okay, why you're making 5 on It more important than it appeared to be, and I don't understand where you're going with that. So I'm still trying to figure out the meaning of why an orchestrated 5 on It, other than it sounds cool. And to me, there was no reason because it didn't play back to anything particular to the car scene.
Yeah, that's actually true. For you to build a song, for you to build a movie around that theme, well, not really build a movie, but to build all of your main musical motifs around that theme, the song should probably have, yeah, fuck. I wish I knew all the lyrics of the song, actually. Maybe it does make sense. I don't know.
We're already muted on YouTube now. Might as well just fucking bump the song.
Oh,
it's a banger, fam.
Is it a banger?
It's ask Chad. They'll let you know. Chad, is 5 on It a banger? Was it?
Okay, hold on, wait. I've seen people say this shit a lot, and it's really fucking triggering me. Okay, people keep saying, okay, oh man, oh fuck, I'm actually so triggered because I saw somebody type this on fucking Reddit, and I knew it was one of those things where when you talk about certain topics, everybody repeats something, and you know that like one person must have said it, and then everybody repeats it for the rest of the time. This idea that like the car scene was a hint that she wasn't the real lady. The whole getting in rhythm thing was the tell. So in the trailer, she's out of rhythm because it's a trailer and the way that they cut sound. Like there's a whole different fucking department that works on trailers than that do the actual movie. It's a totally different thing. They might not use some of the shots. They might not even use the fucking audio. They might do totally different things. In the movie, she was in rhythm. Not only was she in rhythm in the movie, she was actually snapping on 2 and 4, which is what you're supposed to do, right? 1,
correct.
2, 3. Oh my god, I can't do it right now because I'm on the spot, right? But she was like totally 100% in rhythm on the fucking trailer. Okay, this idea that like it was a big tell that she was swapped. Not only are you wrong because in the movie. Not only is it wrong because in the movie is she fucking in rhythm, it also doesn't make sense to say because she was swapped at birth, now you know that it's being revealed, because she was swapped when she was like 6 or 7 years old. She would have had plenty of time in her life to learn rhythm. It doesn't even make sense to say that, like, well, because she was swapped when she was 6, she couldn't learn music in the next 20 years of her life. That doesn't make sense. Not only does it not make sense because that's stupid, it shows that she in fact grew up to be a fucking dancer. So obviously she has rhythm like growing up. Like there's so many dumb fucking parts about it. And I've seen so many people on the internet repeat that claim, and I know it's because that one person on fucking Reddit got upvoted to the top of that thread and said it. And I was like, God, it's so stupid. Yeah, fuck. Sorry. Okay.
So 2 things. One, I like how you just like we were still on the good and like what we liked. We're on like
sorry. I just see that.
And
yeah.
You just fucking lunge. You just fucking push everything off the.
Because I saw like 7 people say that fucking.
To the ending already. Like.
Oh, sorry. I saw like 7 fucking people say that comment in chat and trigger the fuck out of me. Okay. Anyway, I like the music.
No. Wait. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
No, wait.
Yep. Okay. Go
also, I like how you bring up a bigger thing here now, which is like, I hate this meta of like the objective truth about a situation is not even what people want to fucking hear anymore, because it's all about the meta of getting the likes and dislikes.
Sure.
Like, if you want to game Twitter, don't tell them what really happened. Spin the perspective and the context of the answer you present that makes it in a way where you can engage and get easy likes and retweets.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually fucking toxic. This is something I don't know how to exactly word it in like a more overall encompassing way, but like, I hate what social media is doing to that now. Like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, telling the actual objective truth in a certain situation versus what will get you more upvotes on Reddit, get you more likes on Twitter, get you more metrics of responses, engagement on Instagram, get you more likes and replies in your comments for emotional engagement on, as if you're a YouTube content creator. Like, all these things. Like, there's a very much an A version and a B version of how to handle saying or doing anything.
Sure.
And it's going to be a point where it's like it's so far gone that like the end game's going to be diluted regardless of what is actually truth and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah. So real quick again, just one more time. 21 seconds of the trailer, she's definitely not on rhythm. The sound in the movie is not the same as the sound in the trailer. It's different. In the movie, she is actually on rhythm, snapping on 2 and 4, 100%. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, that pretty soon computers are going to be able to like write reviews for movies based on like what people want to hear or whatever. Yeah, sure.
Oh, dude, let's not. Oh my god, AI reviews. Oh my god, fuck. I don't even want to think about it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to think about like whatever the fuck Yelp's gonna be in 50 years. I don't even want to think about what fucking like.
Okay.
Look how much arguments we get now over meta aggregators, whether it be Metacritic or fucking something as like nonsensical and arbitrary as fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Like, can you imagine? Let me take a second. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking soapbox right now. Can you imagine being such a fucking virgin that you are mad about a Rotten Tomatoes RT meter? You're mad about an arbitrary review aggregator that determines if a review is either positive or negative. It's either A or B. Fuck the nuance in between anything ever. And the only reason, and then the scale for it to be considered a good movie is a 70% or higher. That is like 3 layers of arbitrary. And when you get mad about like a movie being like whatever on whatever, I don't even get it, dude. Mind you, I believe Warner Bros. Already currently owns Rotten Tomatoes, so it's like not even like a neutral like organization. It's already owned by one of the big 6 movie industry companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I had to just like get that real quick. Like, that's like, ugh.
What else? Ugh. What else did you like about the movie?
All right. So well, you brought up here the editing of the trailer, and I also wanted to bring up here. So you're right. I feel like people who haven't seen the movie yet, who are still here after spoilers for some reason, need to also get further reiterated. Yes, the mom was snapping on rhythm in the film, unlike what's depicted in the trailer. Also, to give you an idea of like how powerful the editing of some of these trailers are to enhance some scenes, when you saw the clone eat the Shadow family, all in red in the driveway, when they split, that nail on chalkboard sound effect doesn't actually happen in the doesn't happen that way in the movie.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, a lot of the trailers are a little different in terms of sound editing, which is common in trailers.
Yeah, just to give you a better painted illustration here, like, you know, you're seeing sound editing may be able to like really sell the idea behind a scene quicker and rather than let it like build up over the course of like 5 or 10 seconds. So,
anything else you liked about the film?
Yeah. Okay, acting wise, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Lapida, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the mom, the black mom in the film.
Okay.
Whatever her name is, dude, she's a beast, dude. I loved her throughout the entire film, and I especially loved her depiction as the evil one when she was like I'm trying to think how to really explain it without like, I guess we're always spoiling, so I shouldn't really worry here. But like, when she was talking like this, like, it felt so organic. I actually really, I'm like, damn man, they really, like her pauses and her breaks. I was convinced she actually was struggling to speak correctly. It didn't feel manufactured at all. So I have to give kudos to her acting chops and her stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was really great. Am I saying it right? Is it Lupita? I could be. I'm butchering it. I have no clue.
I say the spelling,
But
but
yeah,
Lupita.
I enjoyed. So I enjoyed how it was shot. I enjoyed the black, yet not explicitly blackness of the family. And I enjoyed her acting. That's where I'm kind of running out of like I mean, I guess bonus points here. You know, the kid actors didn't piss me off. Like, you don't have to.
The boy, I didn't like the little boy. The girl did a good job, but the little boy, oh man, he was like losing it in a lot of scenes. He was like on the edge of fucking laughter so much. That's what it felt like. I really didn't like the little boy actor. I thought the girl did a good job though. Yeah, I thought there were a couple scenes.
It's interesting because I don't because you have Nathan, so maybe you're more familiar with that age group and how they would depict themselves. So maybe I'm just ignorant to like children or whatever. And I didn't see that. Like I'm thinking of like. When I think of bad character, I think of fucking Anakin from Star Wars Episode 1.
True. Although he had a lot more to
again,
carry. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, just abysmal script. I'm not even really mad at the character at that point. But just like, you just knew that it was like, a lot for that kid to honestly do. So, okay. But yeah, I wasn't taken out by the characters at any point. But yeah, that's I think that's about it really. I enjoyed mostly those.
All right, I'm gonna lead us off then,
because there's a lot I don't like, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna lead us off into big fucking problems. Okay, here was my first big problem. I do this in movies all the fucking time. I'm ready for the audience to get triggered. Okay, when the beginning of the movie happened, it became very obvious very quickly. Well, I don't want to say that, but it was fairly obvious that a swap had taken place. Right when the mom is crying to the therapist. And the mom is like, oh, I just want my daughter back. And the camera pans to the girl, and it's like it's pretty clear that something has happened, right? Like if you're kind of paying attention, like okay, when that happened, I thought the movie was going to go in a totally different direction. Right. I thought that what was going to happen was, and I like my version way more. I thought this was way more interesting. What I thought was going to happen was, I thought that when the lady was going to come with the old family to kind of like kill all the people or whatever, I thought it was going to be revealed right away that a swap had taken place and that you were supposed to feel some internal conflict on who's correct to do what. If the other lady was coming to like get her life back because she was basically swapped in the beginning of the movie against her will and then thrown into some fucking underworld, and now she has the motivation to come up to the surface and to try to get her life back. I thought that was like the direction that the movie was going to take, and that you as an audience member wouldn't really necessarily know like who's in the right or who's in the wrong.
See, I actually if I may now, I actually had a similar thing. Not yours is like a more thought out scenario, but I thought it was gonna be like a giant thing about black on black crime and really like who's in the right here. Is it the blacks committing crimes against? Is it the blacks robbing the blacks because they need money and they're at a starvation of socioeconomic patterns, or is it really the off screen, for lack of a better term here, the off screen whites who have led to these like racist socioeconomic tendencies that have forced blacks to just attack their own kind, and who's really in the wrong here? I thought it was going to be something like that based off the first trailer, but your scenario applying the spoilers into it now is actually, in my opinion, better than what the film actually did. Yeah,
and my biggest problem with my take on things is that not only did it not end up that way, the twist at the end actually felt totally hollow and empty and stupid and pointless to me. It felt like, I don't even want to say like an M. Shania. It felt worse than that. It was like, what the fuck was the point of revealing that? Like, who cares?
I agree. What was the point? You played into all the foreshadowing of the opening scene of the commercial. But for what?
And if you wanted to like do that switch, it would have made more sense if she was swapped, in my opinion, at a later age. Because like the fact that she swapped at 5 years old or whatever, like I don't care that she was swapped. Like the woman that you see right now has grown up her whole life pretty much, living the life she did. She married the man she did. She had her children. Like that's the real mom. Like whether she was a tether or not, like that's like the real mom. Fuck it. Now if she had been swapped at like 20 or like 25, like after she'd already met the husband, then the switch would be like, oh shit, like there's some fucky shit going on here. Like that's not even really the real woman. Like that switch is crazy, But like she was swapped at 5. Like fuck, I don't care. She grew up her whole fucking life this way. Like she's as real as anybody other. I don't know. That's
I get that for you. I get that too. There was like a there's also points of like, how do I want to put this here? Like, kind of, I'm not really a fan whenever like exposition dumps a little bit here and there. I feel like we were just
Oh
told,
no. Are you talking about when she's explaining like the government shit?
yeah, the
Dude,
whole, like,
that needed to be totally cut out of the movie. They should have kept it.
Like, it came to a crawl. I'm like, man, are we still on this now? She's still explaining this shit.
They should have kept it very ambiguous. Like, oh, like below the planet, there are like a shadow people that live lives in the shadows of you and the way, like some shit like that, and then left it at that. Like going into this, like the government tried to control people on the surface, and then they abandoned the project in 1970s. Blah blah blah. I think I'm exaggerating a little, but like, yeah.
To be like shown, not told, right? Is that I think it's like the saying or whatever. But like, yeah, that was just like, let me tell you about all these things that happen. You have to just like sit here and like turn on your brain and like just fucking actively, like a classroom, you have to actively listen to take in everything. It was like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah, and then like it also made there was a line that could have hit like way harder, but I didn't feel the impact at all when they were like what, I don't remember what part of the movie it was. She's like, what are you or whatever, and you're like, we're Americans or whatever, and it's like, I don't know if they've done enough in the movie to like earn like a big like punchline like that where like it really pays off. Like I feel like we didn't really get enough to like lead up to that, you know?
Actually, I don't even remember that. That's how it probably already passed over me, honestly.
Oh damn. Well,
but yeah, the I don't know. Maybe I haven't watched enough horror films, but I also feel like the pacing was a little bit like it bloated. Honestly, I would have rather this had been a 90-minute film than, because it was 2 hours long. It was 118 minutes.
I didn't think the pacing was that. I guess it didn't feel that long to me. I thought it was okay in terms of pacing, in terms of like keeping the difference between the action and the comedy and the downtime and the uptime and all that. Yeah.
I don't know. There was like, I'm trying to think here. But I mean, I could be unfamiliar though. I could be unfamiliar because it's easy for me to say that I was bored in hindsight because I now know what happened and when it happened. But perhaps if it had been like sped up further, my immersion may have been like taken out because it was like unconvincingly happening at an accelerated rate. So I really can't say until I have watched, I guess, more movies like this. I can just say that like Get Out to me flies by, and Us to me drags with the resolve of what's going on here. Like,
what did
and it could be because the payoff of the ending was like so, I don't know, mild to me. Like you said, like I'm like when like the twist that came with like Get Out, I was like, oh shit, like because then you immediately want to reevaluate the entire beginning to end again, which isn't, I'm saying that Us has to do that, but you know that's a satisfying template for a twist. Stakes, duration, payoff.
Did the lady that come up, did she even know that they were switched at birth? I'm actually not sure. Or not at birth, but when they were 5, does she even know that?
Which girl are you asking about?
The white. So no, I'm sorry. Is it Adelaide? Or is that her name? The main character, the main woman's name, the mom.
I don't remember. Well, I just call her
mom.
So you have
the mom bad guy that came up.
Mom, shadow mom.
Yeah, the mom bad guy that came up. The shadow mom. Well, who wasn't really the shadow mom? Did she even know that they were switched when they were 5 years old? Because I'm not fully convinced that she even knew, which also like takes away a lot from it too.
That is true, actually. You know, I didn't think about that part.
Because like she seemed like very surprised that she was like, like I'm the one that they chose to rise up and lead the shadow people to the surface, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, that's because you're not one. Like, are you aware of that? Like, I don't know. It seemed like, how could she forget that? It seemed like she didn't really know about it. Because like, why wouldn't she mention that at all? That like, I'm here to get my life back, or I'm special because I'm not actually a shadow person because you switched me. Like, why wouldn't she reference that at all at any part of it, or even hint towards it? There wasn't even a hint towards it. It almost feels like she didn't actually even know.
Yeah, you're right. I also thought here, okay, so there's another thing. Whenever the film was going on, whenever God, it's so confusing. Do I call her a shadow mom or do I call her like, real mom?
Real mom.
Okay, whatever. Whenever real mom, they're at the white family's little condo thing, right? And they thought they had killed the twin sisters earlier on, but then like, one of them had survived, so she has to like go back in there and kill the twin sister, quote unquote, a second time. And she does like that violent like stab, and then comes out and like the blood spurts everywhere. Like that moment of her like really being into like killing the shadow twin. I'm like, are they gonna merge? Like, because there was a while where I thought it was going in a direction where like if you kill your shadow twin, they merge, and it reveals that that you're, I don't know, it could have been like a big thing about like how there's two sides to every
Two
personality.
souls become one after they integrate, though, whatever.
Or some shit like that. Like, but
that's another thing that I don't like, right? So especially in those scenes, I want to say that happens twice. I can't remember the second time where you can see like, oh shit, she's like not like turning, but she's like, oh man, she must be like a shadow mom. I think there's another part where that happens. There is. Okay, yeah. This is getting into like the meta commentary or whatever, but this is why I don't like it. People are like, oh well, you don't understand. You're not looking at it right. It's supposed to be that the shadow people represent like the poor, like the lower class. It's like, oh, so lower class people are like crazy murderers that like are evil fucking people that are like. Yeah, that's a lot of people are going with that. Like that's like the broader interpretation that what Jordan Peele was going for was that like these people that live underground, like they're American. That's why they say like we are Americans. Like they're Americans just like us. They're poor. This is a movie about class struggle and blah blah blah, and how like people on the surface control people below ground. And it's like, damn. But if that's really what you go with, like, shouldn't you make the people below ground like be a little bit more sympathetic towards them? Like even in the Captain Marvel movie, the Krugs or whatever the fuck the one alien guys, you feel sympathetic towards those guys, like they changed
the Kree?
No, not the Kree. The name of the fucking alien dude.
The Skrulls.
Yeah, the Skrulls. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but like, damn, like in us, if lower class people are like really like that, man, maybe we should fucking kill them all. Like holy shit, like they're fucking horrible people. Like damn,
Wait, I'm sorry, I gotta pause. Did you call them Krugs? Like frogs with a K? Is that Krugs?
Keep talking about the movie. Go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was cute. It was cute. I thought it was cute. It's like it's like fork knife. I think it's hilarious. Because I'm using that because I don't like Captain Marvel, so I'm just gonna call them Krugs from now on. Like fuck it. That's my new shit post now. I'm gonna tap into that one if I need it.
Okay. Oh, they also should have gotten rid of the whole story about like the line. I don't know, dude. I felt like there was too much. Like about them forming a line across America, like
yeah, that to me, like honestly, just if we can be really, really, the ending, the actual ending didn't feel satisfying at all. I was just like, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm really big on maybe I get this from too many superhero movies or whatever, right? But when you have ending conflicts, I like it when conflict resolution is done, illustrating something that a character learned earlier on in the film. So for instance, if the same character in the beginning of the film were to try to do what the character at the end of the film was doing, they wouldn't be able to do it because they'd miss some essential lesson or some essential piece. I don't understand why when Mom and Shadow Mom were fighting in the basement, the Shadow Mom was always like kind of like one step ahead, or the real mom, depending on how you look at it, was always like one step ahead of the other one. But then randomly, the mom just killed the other one at the end. Why? What did she do that changed it? That she was able to just stab her? Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, that was.
It was very anticlimactic, like super unsatisfying. What the fuck happened? Like, I thought at the very least, like her boy was gonna be running out, and it's like, oh well, her love for her child like convinced her to do it or some shit like that. But it wasn't. She just like randomly turned around and just stabbed her. It's like, okay, I don't know why she's able to kill her when she missed like 27 hits in a row earlier because of the way they're tethered together. But
yeah, I don't know. That was another one too. And then there was what else was there? There was like other things I didn't like about the film.
There was too many contrived like areas. Like I usually like grant like a little bit of like, I'm not gonna be like, well, why are you running in a straight line instead of running to the side? Like I try to like let like a little bit of shit slide because it's a movie and I understand, right? But I felt like there were too many contrived scenarios in this, and it really like hurt a lot. Like for instance, like or go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Like there were too many moments where it's like when the family initially broke in, like why not just kill them immediately? Why sit them all down? Because the white family got killed immediately. Why would you sit there and talk to everybody and people like, oh well, it's because they wanted him to suffer and torture him? Well, okay, well then why did nobody get tortured? They just fucking like hit him in the face and they tried to kill him. Like nobody got tortured. Like what the fuck?
So I let that. Okay, I'm so happy you brought that up actually, because I had that same thought process. I'm like, okay, well, why let them in? Why even appease their fucking whatever they're gonna want to ask you, because they're clearly invading your property. And I thought, okay, I'm like, no, that's too obvious. I'm being too nitpicky. Let me just, I'm gonna tack that. I'm gonna pin that one. I'm gonna come back to it later because they're gonna definitely address that. Never gets addressed. And I'm just like, and I actually forgot I was mad about that at one point. So you're right. That's a really good point to bring up actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. You're right.
Why, and especially in the white family house, why did they take the black mom hostage?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they just kill her? Like, what the fuck were they ever gonna do with the?
Yeah, it's never really it's never really explained. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like super contrived.
I'm confused on that one. Yeah.
Oh, and then also. The big deal, the little boy, like being able to control the shadow and walk him back into the fire, that seems like a pretty big deal. And it's done like one time in the whole movie.
I was trying to get to, I was going to say, the boy able to like do the mirror movements. I feel like that would have been like that should have been used. I thought I was gonna get used to like do like so. I thought I don't know. I was thinking like, okay, the ending's gonna be some crazy ass set piece. Whenever because you know in the trailer, you know they're eventually in the daytime where the mom's running towards the car on fire, and I'm like, all right, cool. So in the daytime, there's gonna be this sick ass thing where like the kid does the mirror movements, and it's gonna like cause some team dynamic to occur. You know, the combination of him doing an obnoxious movement is gonna paralyze one of the other ones doing something else, and it's gonna like be this cool big payoff thing. And it just kind of didn't really do much other than just like you know kill the kid or whatever. I thought it was gonna be like much more and more opportunities of the whole family mirroring the movements and doing some kind of like symbolism about.
I almost thought that in
like,
the end, because
whatever.
because I think the mom watched the one kid walk into the fire. I almost thought at the very end that that's how that fight was going to resolve, that she would have remembered back to the kid walking in the fire and she would have connected the dots, and that she would have either like backed up or walked the woman off a cliff or done something like that. Yeah. And then even at that point, because if something like that would have happened, where the mom would have realized that she can control him or whatever, and then the woman would have revealed that they was actually swapped, and then you would have felt like that pang thing, like, oh shit, well now I don't know who I want to like win this battle because this lady's just trying to get her life back. And then she would have killed her. Like, I don't know. I feel like there are so many different ways, but for her to just like flip around and just stab her is like, okay, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. The other moment of massive contrivedness to me was like whenever the elder daughter is driving the car, and it's like, okay, so you had to have the I don't know. I felt that one. It's not a big deal, but I knew that you know there would be consequences due to her driving. That's the thing that I saw a mile away. You know, it's like the girl's insisting on driving because the mom has her handcuffs and the dad is like, I don't know, whatever, beat the fuck up or whatever, and the kid can't drive, so she has to drive, and her driving is going to cause some kind of peril to occur that would be only specific to her driving at that point. So it seemed a little too predictable, and I was like kind of like hoping that wasn't going to be the case. Like it would be able to like kind of like sway away from that a little bit more. But I don't actually recall if they ever did or not.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I remember now. The car stops, and then the shadow mom gets out and like hunts down, goes into the woods to like.
Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy. But
Yeah,
she's already
like,
dead or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking a little bit too here, but it's like, you know, you're going out there. You don't really have a strong advantage right now because it's nighttime. Why not just like, I don't know, like wait, like get more lighting or get more advantage first before you like hop out there,
or just drive away. I don't know.
Yeah, are you playing Call of Duty or are you playing a tactical shooter right now? Which one is it? Because like you're about to go hop out there and fucking do some fucking, you know, some fucking one man pro army shit right now.
Yeah, and there was a lot of like, oh god, remember when the black dad was luring the white dad out of the house with the bat? Why didn't he just hit him? Why did he have to take him into the boat? Like it can't just be for the flare gun gag, right? Like, why not just beat him up with the bat right there? Like,
Yeah, actually, I forgot about that too. Actually,
yeah, he spends like a whole like minute of screen time like luring the guy into the boat, and it's like, why not just hit him with your bat? Like you're literally holding it, like just hit him like 3 times. Like what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. It's like really weird. Yeah.
So we've picked the movie apart here. Before we get to I guess like a conclusion, I guess I kind of wanted to like bring it back to like, so in your opinion, why does Get Out work so well and then Us doesn't work well? Or it doesn't work as well, I should say.
So like this has been my main complaint about every fucking movie I ever say that I don't like. And so I'm gonna love you the same fucking one. It felt like you know how like do you remember in school you used to do like a brainstorm and then you would do like an outline and then a first draft and a second draft, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So like sometimes when I watch movies, it feels like a lot of stuff from like a brainstorm made it to the end, and that if you would have just edited it out and cleaned the movie up a lot, you could have been way more concise with your message. I really appreciate like a movie like Get Out felt like very tight the entire time. Like every scene that was in there needed to be in there. The messaging and everything for the movie, all the characters, everything like it was razor fucking tight from one scene to the next. Everything was there. And then in Us, there were a lot of ideas that I felt like needed to be scrapped entirely. So like for instance, like talking about like the government shadow people like that, all of that probably needed to be tossed. The thing with the line, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling as much. Like it felt like that movie could have been cleaned up a lot and then really honed in more on like a singular message or a couple of like key themes that would have like brought it together in a much more neatly wrapped package. That's kind of the feeling I got.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was see, it's gonna sound like, I was really hoping we're actually gonna have more of like a diverse take on this whole thing here. So that I could so we can finally have like an exciting debate for the DT podcast audience. But and I'm gonna sound like I'm shilling to you once again, but I promise you I am not, because I actually was going to say the same exact thing. I feel like Peele did not have like as authoritative of an editing staff this time. Like he wasn't called out to like refine on, like you said, a second or third draft of the script, because it has a higher runtime, it has less focus, it has like more, just like I feel like more attempts for metaphor, but maybe a little too many at one time. And I just don't really know really where you want me to go, what you want me to feel at the very end of the film. Yeah, like it was, when I see now written, produced, and directed by Jordan Peele, I'm a little more like, I'd be a little. Get Out. I don't know if it was the same exact thing or not. Get Out. I'm like, yeah, written, produced, and directed by one guy. I love it. It was sick. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, you could use some staff, man. You can use a little more heads in the fish tank right now to help you get it refined tight. Because I feel like Get Out said more, got more done in less running time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Though I'm kind of curious here. I'm wondering if I would have. I am one, because we go back to my original statement here about the fact that, if it would have been a 90-minute film, would have been better. Like, if you cut out.
Well, if they would have been forced to cut a lot of them,
all the bloat bullshit, particularly the exposition dump at the very end, or at the middle of the film, I might have actually enjoyed it more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So, okay, well then let's bring it down to conclusions. So ultimately, you forced me to throw you a 6 or 7 out of 10. Which in my scale here, I'm thinking, 5 out of 10 is average. I do think it's I do think it's an above average film, like barely, because there's so many things. There are things I like, but there's a lot I don't like, and we're just giving a lot of time to focus on the things that we don't like, just because we're contrarians who want to flex on the unfortunate reality that we didn't like the film as much like the first one.
Okay.
But yeah, I still think I'm looking at it now, like it's a horror thriller. It didn't do all the abysmal shit I'm used to in the tropes of horror scenes, where it's like, just a fucking jumps, camera super cuts into jump cuts or jump scares everywhere, like all that shit. I'm actually really happy it didn't have to, like, it, you use atmospheric tension through relatability of a character being in peril or immediate danger. I enjoy that so much more than just like jump scare.
Okay, maybe this is my basic coming out. Maybe you can explain it. So what the fuck are the point of the bunnies? What is the symbolism there?
No, actually, I had no clue. I actually didn't want to reveal that I'm stupid. I didn't want to reveal that.
I guess at the end, when they're walking through the hallway, the bunnies are all out, so it symbolized that the shadow people got free. But what the fuck was and the bunnies are obviously represent clones
and
or
the
something.
bunnies had red eyes too, right? They were so I didn't know if that meant the bunnies were also tethered or they were white.
I don't know.
So
it just seemed it felt like there was so much symbolism, please. I don't know, man. I didn't get it. Yeah.
I didn't get it at all either. I tried to figure it out too. I'm like, it's abandoned tunnel, so why would bunnies be down here? I guess, but or maybe they were also experimented on too, at some point. But it's I don't know. I right there with you. I couldn't figure it out myself either. Nothing really gave me an obvious connection to it.
Okay, people are saying well, they're going down the rabbit hole, but I don't know. Okay.
Anyway, actually, let me address one point here. I actually did not love the movie to start the discussion. I said I was excited to give a contrasting opinion. I thought Destiny loved the movie, and I was ready to actually give him an opposing viewpoint for a debate. I was hyped for actually debate. I didn't know that he thought it was also mediocre too.
Damn.
Or whatever he thought, above average or whatever. That's so if you're going back to earlier, I was hyped for a debate, not because I thought the movie was great. I am sad to report I did not. I did not. So that's us. Fuck. What else was there again? There was one more thing about that. Okay. So remember last week I told you how a live action Akira film was something that Jordan passed on.
Oh, okay.
In order to do Us, right? Because Warner Brothers holds the rights to do Akira, and they shopped him at one point. Well, get this though. Here's some exciting news now. Here's something that Jordan I found out the other day that Jordan Peele wants to do. Ready for this one? I heard he wants to do Gargoyles. He wants to do a live action Gargoyles film.
Shit, like the cartoon?
Like the cartoon, yeah.
Okay.
That fucking. Actually, wait. Can we? All right. All right. If you get to watch the trailer, can I get $1? Can we watch the Gargoyles opening, like the cartoon opening? I want you to remember how fucking badass this thing actually is, dude.
Here's this is a totally fucking random thing. I don't know how the human brain works. I even still have this because I have not thought about this in probably 15 years. Do you remember playing the Gargoyles game for the Sega?
Mm,
Did you ever play this game?
Yeah, I remember seeing it in Blockbuster, but I never got to play it though. But it did look badass though.
Okay, that was a game I only played because it was on the Sega channel. But yeah, holy shit. Okay, yeah, I remember that. God damn. Okay, you want to watch the Gargoyles opening theme?
Yeah, because I want you to rewatch this and think about how this was a fucking thing in the like 94, like mid 90s, and how dark and moody and atmospheric
All the cartoons
it is,
were.
and,
Yeah.
yeah, like fucking, and then I want to come back and see if you like it. Are you excited for if Peele gets a Gargoyles movie?
Okay, ready?
Give me, yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles. Stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the humans we had sworn to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1,000 years. Now here in Manhattan, the spell is broken, and we live again. We are defenders of the night. We are gargoyles.
There you go. You happy?
Yeah. Well, that also, to be fair, that was like a fucking like VHS like mega poverty rip. So the atmospheric immersion was like probably like 3 out of 10.
Oh, sure.
Cause just fucking just sounds like a goddamn like VHS rip or whatever. But
Did you ever watch the show SWAT Cats growing up?
Oh yeah, dude, with the fucking supremely overkill guitar riff again. Yeah, like it was, dude. It was like SWAT Cats has the most 90s opening I've ever heard in my fucking life, dude. Like it's pure guitar riff and nothing else, which is perfect.
Okay. Okay. Why are we talking about Gargoyles? Oh, because Jordan Peele wants to do a live act.
Yeah, he's interested in doing he's expressed in an interview at some point in the past he was interested in doing a live action Gargoyles adaptation. Okay. And do you think that and is that in a post Us world, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, like, well, let's hold on. Let's dial this back for a second. The response to Us, which is surprising me, has been overwhelmingly positive. So I mean, like, it's weird, you know, like we might not like it, but this movie is not hurting him.
You know, actually, I haven't looked at any of the stuff. Actually, I didn't look at any reviews.
Oh,
so I wouldn't.
I mean, the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 95%. So I mean,
oh
yeah,
shit.
Although the audience score was only 72%.
Yeah, okay, that's what I saw. I did see that. I saw that there was a big gap between audience score and critic score.
Mm-hmm. What is Metacritic?
We already know how I feel about the Rotten Tomatoes critic score.
Yeah,
ran on that earlier today.
Metacritic gives it an 81. And then for Get Out, they gave it an 84. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a big difference between these two movies. I really do feel like Get Out was like way better, but yeah.
Yeah, big time. Okay. Well, so on that note, then, now that we've concluded pretty much our entire reaction to Us, what is the next film you're excited to see? Are you going to see live action Dumbo, or are you chilling until Avengers, or like?
There's like the girl that I usually hang out with on Saturdays is really big into movies, or Fridays is really big into movies. So we usually try to see a movie every Friday, but I'm not sure what's playing now. Hopefully, I don't have to start digging into like the boring movies. I'm not sure what's out right now that would be worth seeing. What do you think? Give me an assignment. Oh wait.
Oh God.
I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to PAX East.
Hey, there you go.
What should I see next though? What's like playing now that should be the next thing I see?
The next major thing is Dumbo. That's kind of what I was like. I'm not saying you should go see it. It's just like it's the next thing though. Well, if you're a Tim Burton fan, again, I'm not. To me, Tim Burton's like a kind of a mixed bag. I do think that Tim Burton has a very specific style that is to be admired, but Tim Burton kind of has it's kind of a mixed bag over the last 20 years for me. Like half his films I like, the other half I'm like, passable. So
wait, is this in? Oh, he did Dumbo?
Yeah. Well, dude, Disney money, fam. Like, fuck it. Like,
oh fuck. Wait,
dude,
is it like a standard family film? Well, because now I kind of sort of want to see it. Wait,
We
What?
didn't talk about any of the Apple shit today. Good lord, I could have fucking ran it on this because I was gonna say like, hello, did you not watch the Apple conference with Apple TV Plus with like you saw who they had? Dude, that's money. It's like,
No, wait.
hey,
What's the what happened with the Apple shit?
oh my god. Okay, well, how much time do we have left here? Because I feel like I don't want to like. I think we're already on the 2-hour mark. This is like a whole nother topic I'd want to get into next week.
We got like 20 minutes left. Fucking hit it up.
Apple had a conference on Monday where they are now entering the services category. We're not just trying to shill phones in your face all fucking day long. And they revealed 4 new things. Apple Arcade, which is going to be a premium gaming subscription service where, if you're tired of like going through all the garbage through your iOS app store to find games, because they have their own category on the app store now, you can pay a set fee per month and get like these ultra premium games that are being backed by mandated studios under Apple's creation. So Apple Arcade, that's one. By the way, no price announced here, so get used to that. Get used to this trend. No price announced, coming later this fall. 2, Apple News Plus. Apple News currently is a news app that curates a bunch of news sources, including various ones, Fox News, CNN.
Yeah, kind of like Google already does this on their phones, but yeah.
Correct, yeah. Well, Apple News Plus is like them taking that and adding in further the ability to get magazines. So they have over 300 magazines: National Geographic, Sports Illustrated, Vogue, etc. Right? You'd be able to, for $10 a month, subscribe to all these magazines digitally and consume them on any device you want from Apple. And also, I don't know if select ones or all of them will have enhanced presentation where it's going to be formatted for your phone particularly. So like rather than like have to like skim a page and like pinch the zoom to find like to read the article in the corner or whatever, like because it's obeying to a page layout, it's all dynamic and like meant to like do like an Apple website, just kind of like big page or big picture and then swoosh to infographics and then swoosh to small text to big text. So dynamic page layouts formatted for a screen rather than for a magazine page.
Okay.
That's $10 a month. That got announced. It's coming out. That's out now. That's 2. So Apple Arcade, News Plus. The third one, the one I find probably is most interesting here, is Apple Card. They're getting into the credit card business, where so you can now apply for an Apple Card, and the big thing about it is the Apple Card, whenever you use it, it's tethered to Apple Pay, or not tethered, but it's like it's meant to reinforce using Apple Pay. And when the app, it's an app, so it's automatically paperless. And all the annoyances of a credit card statement, where you have to like figure out how much interest you're being charged in real time if you pay a certain amount of money. It's all simplified for you with no obnoxious fees involved as far as like maintaining the card. And whenever you do a charge, sometimes where you would see like the charge itself is like, at some, if you get a gas station, like, or you buy something at the mall and you can't tell like what the statement's even from because it's like a vague address or whatever. Now the geo data reinforced from like Apple Maps will now let you know exactly where the charge was from.
Yeah, I actually like that, especially somebody that if you have like family cards, like so I share one of my cards with Rachel in case she has to buy anything for Nathan or for herself or whatever. And sometimes every now and then I'll see like a random charge show up. And it'll be like WBC. I'm like, what the fuck that is? You like look it up online. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's actually like really helpful. Yeah.
And you have no clue where it is or any of that. You can't even like figure out without calling the 1-800 number to figure out where the location for that shit was.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, it's it has a revamped app. It's like giving a much needed overhaul to competition for the linearity of being able to consume what the fuck you're paying on your credit card every month. But yeah, it's meant to like overhaul the experience. You get the Apple Card. You get 3% back on all Apple stuff directly. You get 2% back on anytime you use an Apple Pay, which is reinforcing the idea of furthering the usage.
Wait, like 2% cash back on every purchase, or?
Yeah, very generous here. Yeah, 2% cash back on all Apple anytime you use Apple Pay. Correct.
Ooh,
if you can use Apple Pay there, you'll get 2% back, and you get daily cash. You don't get a kickback at the credit card statement time. You get daily cash back, and it's real cash you can get out of your Apple Wallet at that point. So they're giving you they're kind of like blowing out. I say blowing up. They're kind of like trying to blow out the competition
Pay?
on like.
I know that like Google Pay exists across all Google platforms, but I don't think they have a card for it or anything.
Yeah, so it does all that, and you can get a physical card as well. That'll let you get 1% on anything else. And it all still applies to daily cash back. The physical card, they didn't comment on it what it'll cost to acquire. I don't think it's going to be free. The physical card also doesn't have any credit card numbers on it. The entire thing is, obviously super secure because it's using a dynamic number per transaction. And from what I understand, I guess this wasn't really confirmed directly, the Apple Card, again with no number on it, would talk to your phone locally to generate a number at that time, the transaction. So you're like extra secure or whatever. So you can't get a credit card number guessed.
Sure. Not sure how I feel about that. I have to think about it more, but
yeah. So there's all that. That's the third. So again, Apple News Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple Card. And then the last one here, the point I'm relevant to, the shitpost here, is at Apple TV. Apple TV, once again, coming up later this fall, no price point. We'll have at least 10 shows that are all like hyper high budget. Like they got some fucking big names, dude. Ron Howard, the director of Ron Howard, who did what did he direct recently? Solo Star Wars film. They have J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg, Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell. Some more.
Wait, lined up to do one project or a bunch of projects, or
no, a bunch of projects. Everyone I'm naming here was like one project or more. Reese Witherspoon. They got a shit ton of AAA celebrities. Sesame Street. They're making a Sesame Street spinoff called Helpsters, which is a monster that helps. So you're a helpster, and it's supposed to be like Sesame Street, but like how to help people and solve problems using code. So it's like teaching young kids how to code early on, which is like a very I think a good thing. So, but yeah, it's Sesame Street. Sesame Street's imaging and branding being used for the spinoff of it. And they have all these things going on right here. And then lastly, Oprah. Oprah will have her own show on the whole thing. And at which point, when you have Oprah, and again, I'm sure you're familiar with here, Oprah's clout is ridiculous. Yeah. Oprah's book club, like literally stampedes and becomes the automatic bestseller of whatever she wants it to be. So when you have Oprah, you win. Period. Doesn't even matter if like Apple TV is like a woefully inadequate subscription service because it only has like 1% of what Netflix offers for the same price a month. When you have Oprah, you win. Like it's that good. So the thing here I was bringing about this entire thing is the fact that I was bringing up money because they're all being paid. I promise you, Apple's sitting on like over $250 billion in cash, literally, with the rest of it being buried overseas to evade taxes. So you know damn well that they have like they could easily pay everyone like whatever their going rate is in Hollywood on their best day, just give them double. Like fuck it. Like if Will Smith gets $20 million a film, Tom Cruise gets $20 million a film, if J.J. Abrams gets $10 million to direct the film, I would take all their figures, double it minimum. Because it's that good. Like you gotta, because you're coming into the streaming space, you're coming into Netflix's domain, 10 years later, and you're Apple, and you can do what you can here, but you gotta throw it out there for them. You gotta get these AAAs in there to make your service like viable for consumption. So,
sure.
Yeah, I forgot why I brought this up earlier, but whatever I was bringing before, the point was like, do they have Apple TV money, which was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Carell was getting $40 million for this gig, which is like pretty much up there with Robert Downey Jr. getting paid for any particular gig for the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. So, well, that's so that was that. But there's a lot more to talk about there in terms of like if you want to look further into it, maybe next time. But yeah, that's what happened with Apple this week. Was that a lot of vague, a lot of stuff, a lot of it really, really vague because a lot of it has no price point. So we'll see more about that later this fall.
Okay. Well, my only hot take related to that, because Apple does its thing. My only thing that I feel about that, mainly about the Apple Card, that would be interesting to talk about at some point. Although I don't know if you'd agree that much. I actually think I don't think credit cards should be legal in the U.S. at least. I think they should outlaw them. I don't think they should be allowed.
They should be illegal.
Yep, I don't think it should. I don't think credit cards should exist. I think it's super fucked.
I've never actually paused to consider this possibility, because it's not going to happen. But I'd love to. No, I'd love to hear more here. So
I just don't think the average consumer is intelligent enough to handle it, to be given that much money at such a high interest rate. It seems really predatory.
That's by calculation. What do you mean? That's wonderful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, you're right. I forget what is the total amount of consumer debt right now? It's like is it like 9 trillion? I want to say.
I don't know. It's something insane, but like,
yeah, dude, y'all, it's something really, really bad. And credit card debt particularly has spiraled to like, I don't want to make up a fucking number, dude, but I know it's grown like decade over decade, like 2000 to now. It is definitely in a worse direction now. We are in more credit card debt now than we ever were before. And it's not gonna get any better anytime soon, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
What else was over here though? It should be made illegal. That's an interesting one though. I actually would. What do you think would happen if that were to happen? Like if it got like outlawed tomorrow, like would it have to be outlawed and the current debt be abolished to have a reboot point?
No, I mean you should like have to pay off, I guess, what you owe or whatever. But I just think it's just insane, like how horrible people are at like managing credit. It just makes me really uncomfortable, I guess.
Well, we can pause a second here and talk about why. I think it's because like it's not really taught in schools. Like,
yeah,
you're not really taught how I feel taxes work, how to manage finances, how even like basic economics. I feel like I didn't get a taste of how economics worked until I took high school civics.
Mm-hmm.
I took financial literacy in high school, and it was an optional class that my mom recommended I take.
Yeah,
actually, if I had never taken that, as embarrassing as it may sound, actually. I say embarrassing, but really it's like I feel like I'm not too far gone here because if you think about, I'm sorry, let me say it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about profit margin, and it's the concept of profit margin until I was in 10th grade. I never even thought about like why things are what they cost.
Mm-hmm.
Just never really thought about it. It was like it costs that, I can't afford it. It costs that, I can afford it, and that's it. But until I took financial literacy, I was like, oh, profit margin. Oh, supply and demand. Oh, hey, that all makes sense now. It's crazy. I just never knew about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I'm saying right now and admitting publicly is not too far fetched because I think about, USA's abysmal take on geography. And I'm like, well, these boys don't even know, like, we're fucking, what was the viral clip for you? Like, that Egypt is a country according to that one Trumpist. Is that correct?
That Egypt is a continent, I think. It's like that was a whole other dumb thing. But
I'm sorry. I meant to say the other C word. I was thinking continent, not country. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The median credit card debt, or the average credit card debt for indebted households in the United States is $9,333, and the median household income in the U.S. is like $53,000. So like, that's like the problem is people view credit cards like if you've got $5,000 in the bank and you've got a $20,000 line of credit, like people view it as like having like $25,000 to spend, and it's like
it's what they want, bro.
That's insane to me. I don't know. I feel like credit card usage in the United States is like really, really, really fucking crazy. And then like,
is it only bad here though? Do we have comparable country data to go against? Like how is Canada's by comparison? Or do we not know that?
I don't know. Average credit card debt, Canada. The average amount of credit card debt in Canada is $2,627. So it seems like it's much lower.
Much lower, yeah.
The average Canadian is $8,500 in consumer debt.
Yeah, but their weather sucks though. They're like indoors freezing their ass off like 3/4 of the year, so they're probably not going to the movies or doing anything cool like we are, like us Americans are. I kind of get to it straight face. I'm sorry. Nice
job. But yeah, I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think it's an admirable take there actually. You're not wrong. Credit cards are certainly evil with our current average IQ in the USA. I mean,
our financial literacy is like really fucked.
I mean, did you hear? I mean, I say did you hear? But like I read somewhere that like the average U.S. adult's reading level is a 5th grade reading level, and I'm like, man, that's really bad. Is it? But then if you think about it, you're like, okay, go on a Facebook wall and look at the average like sentence structure, punctuation, lack of grammar. Like it's just like, look how they construct their English. Can you imagine how well they can read it? So to me, it's really not that far-fetched here that the average American has a 5th grade reading level, and that's probably why pictures and video are more engaging. I mean, I might sound a little facetious when I say this here, but like more engaging than like the written word, or people are more inclined to watch than they are to read shit.
Knowing the
Possibly.
reading level, blah, blah, blah. The most recent national assessment of adult literacy showed that 43% of adults living in the U.S., some 93 million people, have basic or below basic literacy skills. I wonder what that means. Basic literacy skills or below basic literacy skills.
I think that would mean that they can't. They probably can't read long and big words.
Mm-hmm.
They probably cannot construct. They probably couldn't recite to you. They might be able to know like what a noun and a verb is, and and basic sentence structure. But like anything beyond that, like if they have to write an essay,
Yeah.
that's
The
all.
15%.
They're
Apparently, 15% of Americans have full literacy, which is equivalent to a university undergrad level, which is consistent with the notion that the average American reads at a 7th or 8th grade level, which is also consistent with recommendations, guidelines, and norms of readability for medication, directions, product information, and popular fiction. Yeah, damn. Well.
Yeah. Yeah, not good. One more thing about the Apple Card. I think I'm done blabbing for today here. Unless you have more to talk about. Is I ultimately credit card conceptuality aside here, I'm kind of happy it's happening because I'm really hoping that like that will incite the competition, the other like credit cards to actually step their game up and because above all, I really want to see that whole like geodata transaction thing and like just a new app experience. Like I'm like the modern, if y'all don't have a credit card, by the way, the modern credit card statement is fucking awful. And it's awful now, and it was even worse before the do you recall when the Obama administration had that credit card bill that got passed after the recession?
Wait, what happened? Or what is awful about them? What do you mean?
I forget the title of it here, but it was like a credit card reform act that like it's the thing where before, like now they have to disclose to you if you make the minimum payments, they have to actually tell you how much interest you will occur on a credit card if you make only minimum payments.
Oh yeah, I remember saying that. No, yeah.
Before that, they didn't have to tell you that. They could just tell you like if you they made it. I forgot even how they worded it before in the past, but it was like they didn't have to tell you like if your minimum due was $25, they didn't have to tell you how much interest you actually would incur if you did only minimum payments.
Mm-hmm. The Fair Credit Reporting Act apparently is what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That was the last time we've had anything even near pro-consumer, I feel, done in terms of specifically for credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, seeing like the credit card statement experience improved by just being just a little bit more transparent and a little bit better because you're not even trying to tell me where these charges are happening at, I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
So get on it, Chase. Get on it. I don't know, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, etc. Banks on banks.
Okay. We're good. I think we're good. I think we hit up enough.
I think we're good too.
Are we at 2 hours?
Yeah, I think we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes approximately.
Sounds fucking above and beyond what we need for the week.
Yeah.
Do you have any final closing thoughts on
Fargo
anything?
is ass. I agree. Wells Fargo is fucking terrible. No, dude,
What do you mean? Wells Fargo is awesome, dude. Last I checked, I had like 32 open accounts there.
Dude, you're not lying, by the way. I forgot about that scandal, dude. Where like they why did they do that again? Why did they have
basically? I think what was reported was like you got paid a commission for opening a new account for a customer. So a lot of times when you go in, they would just kind of like open accounts for you, hoping that you wouldn't like notice maybe small charges or whatever. And then eventually people notice like, yo, I've got like 6 accounts here. What the fuck?
Wait. They would open extra accounts for you illegally, and then because those accounts had like stagnant balances that probably didn't dodge the mandated $12 a month basic checking fee, people were getting charged for that.
I don't think it was so much. It was like I could be wrong on this. I don't think it was so much that they did it illegally. I think it was more that it was like in a very shady way. Like maybe you would be like talking to a banker, like, hey, like I need to figure out how to make my credit card work, and they'd be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Hey, have you thought about a savings account? They'd be like, oh, I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, well you go ahead and throw one up for you. And they're like, okay, sure, I guess. And they would just like open accounts for you and shit like that. Like in a real like, I could be wrong. I don't think it was 100% done like illegally, like behind your back. It was just done in a very shady way to kind of push it on you. Without.
I remember hearing it was fucking illegal as shit, dude. I remember hearing it straight. It was like bloated out of control.
Oh
like,
yeah, maybe I might have gotten crazy. I know that like a lot of people found out like, oh, I've got like 4 Wells Fargo accounts and I don't know why. Yeah, but
yeah,
sure. Hey, have you heard about this new savings account we got, kid?
Hey.
Oh, okay. People are saying apparently they didn't inform customers that they were opening accounts for them. So okay, well, nice.
Yeah. Do I get a new toaster with my account?
Nice.
That was a Spider-Man 2 reference right there for you.
I
Don't you
of the
remember
Tobey
whenever
Maguire one or the Homecoming
Yeah,
one?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, gotcha.
Whenever Aunt May goes to the bank before Doc Ock robs the bank safe, and she's like really wanting her free toaster with her account creation.
Okay.
But it was like you only get the toaster if you like put a certain amount of money in the account. So she didn't. So she had already made the account, but didn't get a toaster. Typical bullshit.
Damn, dude, that's some fucked up shit. Did she get her toaster by the end of Spider-Man 3?
No.
Well,
No, sadly not.
sucks for her. Let's say that instead of getting a toaster, she had a computer and she wanted to watch Trihex. Where could she find you?
Hey, fam, she could find me on twitch.tv/trihex, where, by the way, if you guys didn't know, this coming Friday is a big day for me because I'm a huge Yoshi fan. I speedrun Yoshi, and I get a new Yoshi game once every, 7 years. So here we are now with this Friday. We're getting the Yoshi Craft the World release, and my stream is going to be fucking lit. That directory is my directory. It's going to have it's going to have my dick print, pow, all up on it. So I will see you all day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm skipping D&D Friday because fuck it, I gotta play Yoshi all fucking day, y'all. So I will see y'all all day Friday. Hey man, look, I'm asking for 1 day every 7 years for Yoshi. Okay, so no D&D for me Friday. I'm gonna be on Yoshi all day that weekend. I will see y'all there. It's gonna be fucking lit. Look forward to Yoshi Crafted World speedrunning and all that good stuff on Friday, but also today too. So I'll see you there.
All right, cool. And then I'm Destiny. You can see all my shit at Destiny.gg. Buy my merchandise at Destiny.gg/shirt. You guys know what the fuck to do. And then I'll host you after this. I should be here next week, right? I don't think PAX East overlaps with. Correct. I'll be here next week.
You should be back by you should be back by Monday.
Yep, for sure.
Or a month subbing, bitch.
Ho ho! Calm it down there. All right.
Baby. If you're not here Sunday at 6 a.m. PST to entertain me for my hardworking $1, I'm downgrading my tier from tier 4 to tier 3, bitch.
Damn, you're not a tier. Don't even get out of that shit. Okay. I love you guys. Have fun. Peace out.
All right.
Peace. Yep. See you next week. Bye.
Later.